Hawk should be an A tier.
He's bad,
Rapid.
Zai.
No, he's bad.
At least he has movement to get away. He can mark people for his team, and he can actually like do some damage with Beta Beta.
Zai. He's dog shit. He sucks.
Grow up!
What's up, you guys? And today in this video we're going to be doing a tier list of the current state of the game in season 13 of My Hero Ultra Rumble. We have not done one in, I think, quite a bit. Did I do one last season? I'm not too sure if I did one. This video will be a long one, so I will put timestamps in the description for your favorite characters in case you need to jump around, or if you want to sit through the entire 2-hour plus long yap session I had with my friend No Life, that's cool too. That's great. Hope you guys all enjoy. But yeah, I'll see you all later, and I won't waste any more of your time. Peace. So we're gonna start off with Yellow Deku, like we always do. I think that he is firmly like mid A, some shit like that.
I think it depends on your criteria.
Yeah.
But I think A to B tier around that range. Yeah.
B tier is so crazy though for him, bro. But like the game is just
It's
so insane.
crazy to say it.
Yeah.
But like if we aren't making like Z tiers and stuff like that, I think he definitely drops down to B tier.
Mm.
It just depends on how you view making tier lists.
Yeah.
We'll
Just
go with
like,
A tier.
Seeing him down here will be insane, bro. Cause like if you just have good aim, then you can make him look like up here.
Yeah, but you're also doing that in a lobby full of people who probably can't aim.
Yeah. I don't like. He doesn't provide nothing like unique that the upper tier characters can.
Yeah, I mean he's a no knockdown beamer, which is a very like crowded class, and
Yeah.
the devs have had a bad tendency of making a certain few of them really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So Yellow Deku doesn't really have a place in modern day. I will say the momentum change, that was nice.
For Gamma was crazy, bro. I go so far with just one Black Whip now.
It feels so good. I actually love it.
It's how it should have always been. Like that's like the one change in this like momentum buff that I think that it's perfect. It's perfect for
I
them.
think that's the best momentum change. The
Yeah.
only problem I have with it is when you stack it with things like speed cards and acceleration, and it gives you really crazy strafing in the air with
Yeah.
alphas. That's a bit ridiculous. But just on its own, yeah, no, it is perfect. It should stay exactly how it is.
Yeah, I hope that when they nerf the momentum change, I feel like they will make adjustments to it eventually, but when they do make adjustments to it, that Yellow Deku keeps his, because it's great for him.
Make it character specific. Anyway.
Please, yeah. Alright, Red Deku. I know you want to put him, like, next to Yellow, but, bro, he's S, bro.
Again, it depends on your criteria. If you're not making Z tiers, then I definitely think he's A tier. But that's also... Under that criteria, Yellow Deku would be B tier. So, yeah,
Yeah.
this lines up with
Yeah.
the Z tier criteria that we have now.
I will say that Red Deku is... He is getting power crept, but I also will say that he is still very much, like, insane in, like, some scenarios. Like, Click Click Alpha is just absolutely just, like, egregious to fight if they can hit every single pellet every single time. And then
And
you also
I-
have... Like, if you fight a full bullet that knows how to do the combos and has great aim, then he low-key feels like up here. I fought a couple, but like that's the emphasis on that is a couple. Like no one knows how to do that.
Yeah, he feels up there. But
Yeah,
in practice, like, it's really not all that crazy. It's just so many
Yeah.
people aren't really prepared for the combos, so nobody plays around them, but you can properly play around them, and they're not really that much of an issue after that. Especially since the beta momentum was fucked. Please
Yeah.
fix. Anyway, I will
love
say the
his
momentum
combos,
change...
though. I love his combos.
The momentum change was really good for him. I like how you can strafe in Gamma now. It gives him great mix-up opportunities. I really do like that.
Yeah,
That said, this character, I think he's good. I think he has some issues that need dealt with right now, and I wouldn't mind if his alpha damage went down because of that. Because like you said, Click Click is still really oppressive. And I will say, there were some scrims that happened that banned like some very prominent characters like Mike and Red Kiri, all that.
Mhm.
And in that scrim, Full Bullet actually did rather well on defensive comps. So he still very clearly has like competitive viability in him. You kind of just gotta, ban 5 better characters.
yeah. I wish that he was a lot more melee focused, bro. Like I want Manchester to just be like the complete core of his kit. I want it to be like Red Kiri, where if you take off one part of his kit, he just falls apart. But the thing is that with this character, if you take off Manchester, he's kind of just like the same character. You gamma up, click, click. So I want Manchester
after the momentum change, yeah, definitely, I agree with you. He's alpha the character now because there's almost no reason to do any of his melee game now because it just feels so terrible. It's so hard to angle it, and it's just not worth it. A lot of the times you're going flying past the opponent. It's really stupid. That momentum change needs to go. I think the perfect ideal for the character would be to revert the momentum change, make a gamma block AoEs.
Yes, please.
And then maybe I would consider making him 350 as well, but I would also remove the alpha scaling from levels 4 and 7 so that his level 9 alpha base damage goes from 95 to 85, so it'd be 90 damage after strike passive. And then probably up to 100 with tuning.
That's valid. Alright, moving on to this fucking menace of a character, bro.
Overdrive! Yeah, fuck this character, and fuck all of your viewers that use gamma spam like that. Get good. Anyway.
This character is so crazy. Bro, it's crazy. A tier, the regular version. S tier, the first variation. And then S plus tier, the final war version. Like,
and bro, look at this, right?
This is
Season 1, Season 5,
Season 13. This is crazy, bro. Like, this scaling right here is insane. But yeah, no, this character, he needs rebalancing. My personal change I would do for him is like, I would not make the melee give you full gauge back. That's stupid. That's just infinite recipro, but a feature. And I'd also remove the super armor on that because that's also stupid. I would make it like give you like probably like 5 or 10% back on each punch, or make it so that you have to hit the final punch to get the percent back. And even then, it wouldn't be 100. It would be like 20. Because if you compare Recipro's duration to Gearshift, bro, Gearshift is like 5 minutes. Recipro is like 30 seconds?
Yeah, Gearshift, or like Recipro, I think is like 28 seconds at level 9 or something like that. And people have been complaining about how much that is.
Yeah.
Like that's probably, Ida's kit in general feels a lot more like immediately oppressive because it's just one hit and guard break, which Rapid Deku doesn't necessarily do that to the same extent, so he doesn't feel as immediately oppressive. But at the same time, bruh, like, Gearshift is like a minute and a half by itself at level 9. And then you refresh it to full off of melee.
Bro, if you fight this character...
Use the dash? 5%.
Yeah. You want to use the overdrive punch? It's only 30. And only if you hit the punch.
Yeah, you can stagger them, but if it doesn't hit the punch, it doesn't cost percent. Which is stupid, by the way. I'd fix that. You shouldn't get rewarded for whiffing.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
I'd also change the way his ground alpha works, because hard knockdown projectiles that have, like, the range of, like, what is it? Comparable to, like, Strike Bakugo alpha? That's, I think, it's a good comparison, yeah. Like, why does it has that much range and it's an instant harden? I would make it like a 250 soft knock.
Yeah, I was going to make that suggestion, too. Like, I don't mind it having a knockdown effect, but an instant hard knock is a bit stupid. The only issue with a soft knock means you could do like ground alpha against air targets.
Yeah, but no,
but
like,
realistically,
it depends on how long the hit stun would be for. I would make the hit stun like, what's a really like fast hit stun move? Because I know some moves have certain amounts of like duration of hit stun and like how far it blows you back.
Let's just say if it's a soft knock and you hit somebody from super high up, it would be techable. So they can't just get alpha guaranteed. It's no Red Kiri rock situation. We'll just say that.
Yeah, but like 500 down power is stupid. It should be 250 down power. That's just insane.
Yeah.
I don't mind the damage too much because it's just literally copy and pasted from Snipe Shot from Yellow Deku, which is valid.
Yeah, the damage on his alpha is actually surprisingly like balanced, and I really like how his down power is set up on like certain interactions. Like I like how you can do air alpha, full melee. I think that feels good. But at the same time, let's get to melee in a second. That move has no fucking down power, man.
It has none, bro. It's so stupid. Like, bro,
melee
me and Zai literally, I posted a short about this too. We were literally comboing a Mirio in a corner. I did my full melee combo and Zai got 2 kicks off with Ida. 2, and he got full OTK'd. And we proceeded to do that for like 3 more matches, just because the down power on his melee is absolutely nothing.
Alright, I'm gonna make some suggestions for this character, right? We got the alpha change. Beta, I actually don't want changed at all. I kind of like that it's a hard knock. It makes a lot of sense. Quintuple feels strong. It should be. It's quintuple. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Gamma, I think Gamma should cost 10% for the dash, and it should cost... I think the lock-on, I'm fine with it being at 30%, but I think the lock-on needs to be much more restrictive, either having a longer charge time, less range, or like when the dash starts, it doesn't go as far, so against like characters like Hawks, if they're like flying at like max speed, you're not like keeping up with them with the dash, so it ends up being a very short range to lock-on move. I would like that.
Yeah.
Or I would also reduce the lock-on's damage 160 for a move that combos into its full melee. Bro, really?
It should be like 130, like 120 max, like low-key.
Yeah, I was thinking like 100 to 120 depending on level, which is awful scaling, but remember, Overdrive has other scaling things.
Yeah.
As for melee, I would make adjustments to melee. I would increase the gravity on each of the uppercuts on melee significantly. Not enough to make the full melee not work. I want that to still work. But if you try to do a roll out of it, there's no follow-ups. They will drop like a rock. There's no melee loops. I want that gone. I don't think that should exist. So increasing the gravity causes them to fall to the ground faster. Additionally, air melee, I would basically remove the entirety of its tracking. Like, not 100%, but like, come on now.
I would make it
we
like...
all know what I'm talking about.
Do you think level... I would say twice gamma range, maybe. Is
level
fine.
1 twice gamma tape range.
Yeah. Well, even
Something
that's a
around
little
that.
too... I'm not gonna lie, no life. That's terrible, bro. I was gonna say like level 4 or 9. Actually, level 4.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, you still have gamma dash into it, so it's not like a completely terrible setup.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
As for the refresh on percent, I personally don't mind it giving a lot of percent back, but I think it should give diminishing returns. I don't think you should be able to realistically have overdrive all game. I think each time you use gear shift, the first set of melees you do will give you like 30% back, whatever. And then after that, any future set of melees will give like 10%, 5%, 3%. It'll go down and down and down until it's giving you pretty much nothing.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, Red Bakugo. I'm putting him above Full Bullet. He's def better nowadays.
Yeah, I mentioned the stupid no knockdown beamer power creep. This is perfect example. What advantage does Yellow Deku have? Range. What advantage does Strike Bakugo have? Ammo count, burst damage, strike passive, HP, mobility. Wall pierce.
Yeah. You have wall pierce, 350 health. He has higher burst damage. Yeah, higher burst damage output too. Doesn't his alpha do more damage, or no?
The base value I think is like 78 at level 9, which is lower than Yellow Deku's, but strike passive more than makes up for it. Makes it like base like 83, so it ends up being more.
Oh yeah, so he does do more damage.
It's the same thing with Strike Kodo actually, but we'll get to him in a second.
Yeah. The melee change for special action was stupid. He didn't need it. That was actually like the most balanced part of his kit, was that he had like restrictive-ish mobility. Now he doesn't have
If
that.
you wanted to buff his mobility, buff the cooldown, not make it go 3 times as far. That was stupid.
Like, we used to make the comparison that Ochaco's beta went as far as 2 Bakugo jetpacks, and with half the cooldown. We can't make that comparison anymore because they both go the same distance.
That was one Bakugo jetpack.
In like 2 melees. And yeah, you catch up to Ochaco now. Yeah, it's stupid. You can chase someone across the map now with Bakugo. And him being such a high burst damage character, yeah, he's crazy. Do you think he's stronger now than when he was back in his prime in Season 1?
Absolutely not. That's a stupid question. You want to bring 120 damage alphas into modern day? Then we'll see who's stronger real fucking quick.
Nah, bro.
Anyway.
Then he won't. He doesn't have his his second howitzer. What else does he not have? His 350 health. No, I'm joking. No,
I don't think there's an argument, because remember his special cooldown was like half what it was now.
Yeah.
So he would have basically the same mobility, except his alpha would do like 1.5 times as much.
Each jetpack is like what, like fucking like 11 seconds, But like
Yeah,
now,
it's like 11 with like 15 penalty. It's ridiculous.
yeah, like I felt that before the momentum change, where like he could do like melee after his special. But nowadays, like please keep it at 11. Like don't let him spam that any more than he already can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some suggestions. I want to see HP reduced back down to 300, and I want to see his alpha ammo count reduced back to the 6 to 8, so that way he's forced to use his other moves more, which I think is the goal. Like what they're trying to do is get him to get in more with like grenade howitzer and stuff like that. But I also want to see howitser's damage reduced and hitbox fixed. Instead of making it carry more consistently, they just said, let's make the hitbox big. They went full Emerald mod with that one. It's a lazy solution. Come on, you know it's true.
Like, it hit, bro. Okay, it may or may not be true. But, like, bro. Like, why does howitzer hit behind him? That's so dumb. So, like, and, like, tap howitzer does, like, 200 alone. The final explosion does, like, 195. Or something like that, and like each tick does like what, like 10 damage or 5 damage.
It's 10 damage per small tick. I would start by reducing that to 5 because I feel like that's what makes it feel like it does stupid damage sometimes. You catch somebody next to a wall, you hold it for full time, 260.
Yeah, because like all of the small ticks will do 120, then the final explosion will do 190. Like, hello?
Yeah. I would reduce the final explosion a little bit, but I would focus more on making those small ticks do less than 10, make them like 5 or something.
Do you think that he deserved a second howitzer?
I think it actually was very fun addition to the character. It gave him more of a reason to level Gamma. I actually don't mind the second howitzer, but the fact that he got it, it's very similar to another move we'll mention on Strike Shoto there. The fact that he got a second move of that is now making people realize how strong it was to begin with, because now it's much more spammable.
Yeah.
So now we're feeling the impact of it, excuse the pun.
Because once he used it, most of the time he was going to miss it. But now when he uses it, he may miss one, but he has a second one. And most of the time, he's going to hit the second one. And that's just going to hurt.
Also, don't tech howitzer. If you know he's got another one in the chamber, do not tech. He will just do howitzer, catch your tech with another howitzer. Congratulations. You're dead.
Because if you're in the air, he can travel slightly upward, which is kind of funny.
Yeah. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's really funny. I don't mind it going upwards a little bit. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to the crackhead now.
Oh my Jesus! Do you think he's better than Gearshift? I think he is better than Gearshift Deku, low key.
I think Rapid Bakugo is one of the hardest characters to rate right now because we have not seen the maximum effects of what this character can do. If you take the time to be able to aim with him properly, I promise you, this character is fucking stupid.
Yeah, the momentum
is ridiculous.
Bro, why is his gamma of movement tool now? Like, that's so stupid.
Again, special air melee. He did not need it.
Bro, do you think he has the most movement in the game now? Like, by far?
Well, I mean, I would have said that before Rapid Ochaco got giga buffed as well.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know,
we'll
move on to. And then there's also Gearshift Monoma. You know. Yeah. He's up there, but you know, not quite anymore.
Bro, he's so dumb. Also, like, his alpha damage should go down. 120? Well, it's 112 base, but, like, if you tune it, he can go up to 120. One time I got, like, 124, and someone with embroiderment on, I did, like, 136. It's stupid. But, like, yeah, he does... I have a problem with all these rapids doing too much, like, just continuous burst damage. But
yeah, Rapid Go doesn't really, like, he's very dumb. Like, you just have beta, gamma, alpha, you know, congratulations, your shield's gone and, like, half your health. Yeah. You know, even if he's playing more safe, which is probably how you're going to play him most of the time, he's still flying above you pretty much the entire match and raining down alphas, and then shit gets even worse when you combine this character with, like, things like space hop or acceleration. Like, when I tell you that this character is the most crackhead, click whatever button you want in the game, I mean it. This character is absolutely crazy now. Yeah. It's so dumb.
He's so stupid. Bakugo is definitely way too broke. Both Bakugos need some well-deserved nerfs, I think. And the Dekus, too. Well, actually, no, just this Deku deserves a nerf. This one,
that one.
This one needs a rebalance and a rework, and this one is just fine where he is. He's like the base character. He shouldn't be up here. He's good down here. Speaking of base characters that are too broken, yeah,
Uh-huh.
she's do I even have
Car
to say
throw
it?
alpha, 200 damage,
I
gamma,
think,
dead.
yeah, I think just
Stupid
hearing the words
character.
"Rapid Ochaco" just enraged the entire comment section.
Yeah, don't worry, we can make this one short.
Yeah.
TOD, 300 HP, best mobility in the game. You know, car throw alpha. You know, it's just full bullet alpha, but again, except this time it's on a rapid, so you can't get away from it.
hmm
Did I mention it has more range too?
I'm gonna mention a big list of rebalances. HP 250, alpha damage decreased from like, give it yellow, no, not yellow Deku values. Give it Tech Toto damage values for his alpha.
Yeah, for reference, it is base 86 at level 9 right now.
Yeah, and with my build, I get it up to 91. When someone has Embroiderment on, I did a 101 to someone. That's stupid.
Yeah, you could very easily get it to do 100 with strike teammates and fixer,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, so I would reduce that to, I would make the down power on our alpha 100. I'm gonna be so for real. It has too low of down power for it to be such a good combo tool. Also, either revert the momentum change for her or make her alpha not reload in the air, because she can just stall in the air and just let her alpha come back with the momentum change, and it's incredibly stupid. I would make car throw go back to its original damage. Maybe like nerf it from like, what does it do, like 90 or something, like 80?
It's 80 base right now.
Yeah, like make that do like 60, 55 at most. And also increase the down power to, what is it now, like 10 or is it 50?
It's 50 as well. It was another one of those moves that got changed along with the rest of them.
It should be 100 high key. It should be 100 like her alpha should be. I would also reduce. Well, the final change I would do is I would reduce the damage of the each hit of gamma. Why does each hit do 90? You can easily get that up to 100. That's 200 damage alone for just the gamma. Also, the gamma's hitbox is
starter, by the way.
yeah, the gamma's hitbox is incredibly inaccurate. It hits you way too high up in the sky. For example, a Mirio can come out of beta at his max height and still get hit by that gamma on the ground, which is absolutely stupid. And yeah, she just needs a lot of rebalances, and I think that if with all those changes, I would put her like low S, high A. Like she would still be good-ish, but like right now,
I would
she's just
also
stupid.
like to, before we move on, I would like to bring up her alpha's cooldown. It was buffed a while back.
It was.
It did not really need it. Yeah, a long time ago. It got buffed to like 3 seconds or something at level 9.
Oh.
I think it might actually be shorter than that. It got buffed a lot, which is part of why she's able to air stall indefinitely right now. I think her cooldown on it definitely does need adjusted. Even if it was forced, if she was forced to land before it reloaded, that would be a good start. But in reality, I think the cooldown on it is also extremely stupid. I would make it closer to like a Froppy.
Oh, yeah, no life. Yeah, bro, this shit is 2 seconds, level 9.
Yeah, what's Froppy's real quick? Just to show
What's
everybody.
Froppy's? Let me go to Froppy. Where
I know
is her?
Froppy's isn't like that good.
Froppy's is 2 seconds every level.
Oh, maybe I'm crazy. Anyway,
Oh, wow. Yeah, these.
I would nerf
yeah.
the reload.
Yeah, 2
make
seconds
it
for
4 to
this
3
type of
seconds
alpha
or
is
something.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 seconds to 2.5 to 2. 60 to 85. Why does she have a higher base value than Yellow Deku? Like, that's so stupid. That's so dumb.
Because Yellow Deku was nerfed.
That's so stupid, man. That's so stupid.
Alright, well, we've talked about Rabbit Ochaco now. We know she's stupid. Let's move on.
As Choco, I would put her, like, here, bruh. I think Red is better. Red Bakugo is better than her. Honestly.
Yeah. She is very stupid. I think Risotto Choco is very terribly designed. I don't think she's actually all that insane. But she's just very much so full of, yeah, you messed up one thing. Congratulations, you're almost dead now. Which is not very good design.
I would make 2 main changes to her. I would reduce Beta's cooldown by a considerable amount, because she has way too much movement for an assault.
5.3 seconds, by the way. Come on, that's more of a suggestion.
I would also, I low-key, I want to reduce the damage of Home Run Comet. That shit is dumb. I think 200 is insane. I think they should do like 150, like what her like old alpha damage used to be before they nerfed it to like what, like 130 base.
I do want to mention that a part of that I do really like is the fact that it does cost 3 ammo for her to use.
Yeah.
So a whiff, and the hitbox is not also like insanely forgiving too, by the way. So if she whiffs it, that's very like penalizing for her. She only has 6 ammo from level 4 and beyond as well. So if she could only do home run combat 2 times in quick succession, if she staggers it a little bit, she can do it 3 times. I really like how that's limited, even with its high damage. I would nerf its damage a little bit because of that, but it's...
Yeah.
I really do like how the devs put restrictions in place for this one, unlike some other characters that we'll get to later.
I don't get the devs' thing where for some characters that have like different alpha variations, they will take extra ammo. Oh, this thing for what's the name, Deku too. His ground alpha should take extra ammo. We forgot to say that. Yeah, his ground alpha should definitely take extra ammo.
Okay, Emro, here's the difference. Assault Ochaco is what, season 9, and Rapid Deku season 13?
Here we go.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah. S Choco, firmly like mid S. Actually, probably like towards a high S. We'll get to what's the name in a second. Ida. Let's talk about Ida. Do you think Ida's still S+? I think he is.
Yeah.
I think he's firmly below Gearshift Deku.
Mm-hmm.
Firmly.
Yeah, I think he's S, but I think he's below Gearshift.
I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'd say S+ anymore, man. I've said this before, but I don't think he's... Because he didn't really get anything from the momentum change.
Yeah.
Like, not it. Like, he got some things, but it's like only if you hit beta at somebody from very close that you get a slight boost in momentum. It's not... He did not really get helped from the momentum change at all. And he's starting to get power crept, which is crazy to say because he's extremely stupid. We all know he is.
I'm still putting him S+. I'm probably gonna put him like maybe like towards the bottom, but I think he's still S+. But I don't think he's like down here. Wouldn't say he's that weak. I would say like, but he is getting power crept. Like he is feeling it from the other rapids getting such good momentum changes. But the thing is that his mobility is a lot of burst mobility. Like it's nothing that carries momentum. Like imagine if his alpha carried momentum. That would
imagine if Space Hop didn't exist. Space Hop Ida is absolutely annoying as hell, by the way. Don't abuse it. Wink, wink.
Bro. I'm putting this fucker up here. Or like, maybe like right here. Yeah. I hate this character. This character is so stupid. Maybe like right here.
Deciding whether he's better or worse at Gearshift Deku is very close. You know, I think they're both on the same level. I would personally say Toto is slightly better, but it very much could change depending on the day. Again, this is another one of those no knockdown beamers that we mentioned with Yellow Deku. They made him really stupid. His beta got a second charge, which I thought personally was enough to make him solid from, last time he got that. And then they gave him extra HP. Okay, neat change. All right, let's remove his only weakness and give him no startup on beta and gamma. Okay, we'll wonder what that does. Made him broken.
And then we'll increase the gamma range so he can snipe you across bridge for some reason for 150 damage from that alone, and then combo it onto 3 extra alphas for 280.
Also, gamma, alpha, beta. I see that all the time. It is Strike Toto's bread and butter when you're close to him.
Yeah.
Gamma, 120. Alpha, another 80 on top. Beta, 200. By the way, shouldn't do 200. Anyway, 400 damage combo instantly.
It should do 100 to 150 at most.
Also, worth mentioning, this character got buffed quite decently by the momentum change because the end of his gamma carries momentum really well. That jump at the end of his gamma, now let's say it goes about 3 times as far as it used to before, which might not sound like a lot.
It's
but when
a
you
lot.
use it, you'll feel it.
Bro, you float now, like you just levitate for a little bit. It's crazy. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Can we go back to the days when he was like here, bro? Like,
I don't think he ever was, but that's a discussion for another day.
I think he.
Anyway,
bro, like back in like when he first got the second beta, I would say he's like low A, high B. I would never put him up here though. He hasn't been like up here since like season 1.
Yeah, except now he's extremely stupid again.
Yeah.
You know, don't worry, they buffed his special action, and nobody cared. He's the only S plus tier that got a small buff, and nobody said anything about it because we all just knew immediately that it doesn't matter.
Bro, I swear.
W community.
I find it so funny how they looked at his special action and said, "Yeah, this could use only the ability to be used in the air. That's it. Nothing else. 10 damage is fine. The burn damage, makes up for it." Yeah, like so stupid.
Also, Gamma's cooldown, by the way.
Why does
like
that
3
reload
seconds.
Honestly, I think it should be 4 to 5 seconds. But I would also add on top of the fact that it cannot reload as you are sliding on the ice. That is the major problem with why I feel it's basically infinite. Because if it reloaded after you hopped off of the ice,
half a second left.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
a decent amount of moves in this game have that issue, but we'll get into that later.
I think
probably.
Strike Toto is the most outrageous example of them all.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, let's go to his Quirkset counterpart, which is surprisingly a decent amount worse than his regular version. I'm putting him like top of A.
I think that character shines a lot better in comp settings and when you're making dedicated team strategies.
Yeah.
I would say that if you're going into comp or intentionally making your team designed around being like ultra defensive, then he could potentially move up to like low to mid S.
Yeah.
But in his current spot, you can't just pick him and perform well. This character, they nerfed the wrong part about him, man.
Yeah.
Beta explosion damage was the problem. It wasn't alpha. Like they once they hit alpha from 100 down to 80 at level 9, it was fine. But they nerfed it again down to 75, which was uncalled for. And then they nerfed the icicle damage on beta. Like nobody fucking cared about that.
Mm-hmm.
The issues with the character are when you put down Gamma and it reloads pretty much back to full before the tornadoes disappear. And the other issue is when Beta Explosion does 170 as a massive AoE through walls.
Yeah.
Both of those were the problems. But no, let's nerf Alpha.
Man, back to the days when he was competing with Full Bullet to be the best click knockdown character. 240 off
the
of
days
2
when he
alphas.
was really stupid.
Back when exponential tuning was a thing. Did we have triple alpha back then in exponential?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, I know. I was hitting people for 150 with Full Bullet.
Then we logged on one random. What was it? Season 10 that it got patched, or season 11?
Yeah, it was the season after Tech Denki dropped.
Yeah, the devs must have went into training and saw 180 with one of their alphas and was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
No. Strike Kendo. They had the Strike Kendo patch. So Strike Kendo was in there, and they put quad beta on Ito and was wondering why the shit was guard breaking in one. So they fixed it.
Yeah. But Strike Toto, I don't know. He's not really a shell of what he once was. Like that would mean he'd be right here. We'll get to that with Assault All Might later. But yeah. Tech Toto is like he's a weird one. In comps he was like firmly like up here, but like in normal ranked plays like right here. It's just I feel like his playstyle is just really slow and just really comp dependent, and also really lobby dependent too.
Yeah. Like in scrims, he performs really well, but you know, the more tech shotos there are, the worse he becomes because the tech shotos are really good at weaning other tech shotos out of buildings. So he's very weird. He works well in like comp settings if the situation lines up for it. Heck, he was the first tournament winner. He was among one of them for good reason. His defensive capabilities are insane, and that was before he got the Giga buff to his beta that gave him an extra charge on it, and his alpha followed his crosshair better.
Wasn't that Prime Systole times? Wasn't that Toto running Systole?
No. No. I'm thinking of the first one with Prime Hawks.
Oh, that one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was him, Momo, and Full Bullet that one.
Okay. I would also love to see him 350 health. I would love that for him.
Take it away from Strike Shoto, give it to Tech.
Yeah. Take away from him, but give it to Tech. Yeah, I would love that. Because Strike has enough damage and stuff to make up for the extra health. I feel like the extra health was in mind with his old design before the beta and gamma changes with the animation speeds and the extra range on gamma. And yeah, But then like I feel like
Yeah,
350 was
Shoto
fine for
lost
him.
his weakness.
Yeah, I liked when he had 350 before the beta and gamma changes, but after the beta and gamma changes, it was just too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've just been tossing out HP to characters recently. I really hope they'd stop doing that.
Yeah. Next, we're finna see Froppy 300. But speaking of Froppy, I'll put her like here. I think she's better than Yellow Deku after the momentum change. And her 40-second revive is really great, and she has decently good burst damage. What is it, like her alpha like beta combo almost fully guard breaks? It's really nice.
Yeah, it does guard break, but there's a problem with her beta at the moment that is like really bad. On GP, if you hit somebody that is in the air, even just slightly from like a jump, for example, if you hit them with air beta, the second they touch the ground, they gain invincibility, and it makes a ground beta not work, which means you have to stop after just air beta and then jump away. And while that doesn't necessarily completely kill her main design in like combat is to like pick off low HP targets anyway. It ends up making her feel really awful in a lot of situations until somebody is able to get that pick and get somebody really low, and then she can chase them and be a rat.
Why is Froppy's beta always like bugged every other season?
Well, that issue with it being like a jump, that's been a thing that's just been around for a while.
No.
I think that was around since like before her beta got glitched and stopped like working at all.
I just always hear random stuff about something's weird going on with Froppy's beta. Like this move is never perfect.
Thing, they increased the gravity on the bounce, which made things like beta, alpha, beta. Suddenly, that type of stuff just doesn't work. Which that was a thing you could do if you were good. You like understood when you could go for it. But now beta sometimes doesn't work depending on the height that you hit the air beta from, and that's how crazy the gravity was for it. So it ruined a lot of the skill ceiling for the character in the process. Yeah. That said, 40-second revive. That's dumb. I have a friend who runs a double tech card with it. Gets it back in like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That shit's wild. Also, reinforced revive. We'll get to reinforced revive a bit more later, but we'll just say Froppy would probably be B tier without it.
Yeah. Reinforced revive just needs a nerf. If eventually, I'm not gonna lie, eventually we're gonna get more insta-res characters. I know I don't really count Kurogiri. I kinda do, but I don't. He's like halfway there. But
yeah, Kurogiri works as an insta-res until like Final Zone where you can't reliably do it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll get to reinforced revive when we talk about Ibara and Cementoss, but Yellow Kiri, he's down here. He's
moving on.
Still ass. Yeah, moving on.
Electrification is still terrifying, but everything else ass.
Kiri is
Buff
only
level
like
1 movement.
Yeah, Kiri is only up here when I hear him scream plus ultra and put on hardening.
You intensified gamma down.
Oh my god.
Your character can be threatening in the right circumstances. Like 99% of the time, just jump back alpha and he loses.
Can we give him 500? I would love that for him. Low key.
Honestly, I want to see them make his alpha and beta particularly much better at low levels. I think it should be minimum level 4 hitboxes. And then I want to see air betas and lag go down significantly. And I want to see the character just be better. There's so much you could do with it. I think he probably shouldn't be like S tier or anything like that, but I think we can give him some quality of life changes that could make him firmly A tier if we just made his mobility better, we made his low level game a bit better, a little less level reliant would go a long way for him.
I would love to see Yellow Kiri be like up here, bro. Like it would be so refreshing to see him decent.
Yeah, I don't want him to go any higher though.
Yeah, no, I don't want Yellow Kiri to be like on par with Red. And speaking of Red, I'm gonna put him up here.
Yeah, rock.
Yeah. Red
Invincible shield.
Yeah, Red Kiri
TOD combos.
Yeah.
Infinite mobility. Bro,
also, the momentum change actually helped him, which is stupid.
A lot.
He can control his he can literally strafe around with an invincible shield and be virtually untouchable. I know I used to gaslight people on this character, and I literally didn't even include him in my last tier list. But this character is stupid. Personally, what I would do is I would make his beta have durability, and one way they could just do that was just make it whenever he gets shot, the beta percentage goes down. But I don't want it to be as aggressive as Strike Kendo's beta. I would say like
make it like Strike Kendo's beta exactly, where you could still hold it out at 1% for a little after, so you can get the slam out as like a retaliation type of attack.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think it should drain nearly as fast. I want like a yellow Deku Alpha at like level 9 to do say 10% to it. Maybe that might even still be a bit much.
Yeah, probably like 8% from like a yellow Deku Alpha or something.
Yeah, you should be able to shoot him and hit his shield, and it actually suffer consequences from it.
Yeah, but like right now, you can just hold that shit up and just be invincible.
I also think the way his beta reload should be changed. I don't think it should just be 0 to full. Like even if you're at 50%, 10%, 90%, it goes all the way to full after a reload. I kind of don't like that.
There's been
Make
so
it like
many
Kendo.
times where like I just like hit beta and I would be like at 2% and I would just let it reload to full.
I don't think that's good.
Yeah.
I don't really even like that on characters like Nejire who really need it, and I really don't think that type of stuff should exist in general. I don't think it should exist for like Red Bakugo beta. There's so many moves that have that issue.
Yeah, like
I
Red
don't
Bakugo
think
beta
that should be a thing.
Yeah, like Red Bakugo beta, like if you have like one grenade left, you let it reload to its maximum reload once, and you get all 4 again. When I found that out like a season ago, I was like, what the fuck? This is so weird. Why does he do that?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense intuitively. And Red Kiri's beta, I also want to bring up another thing about it. It's frame data. It comes out faster than Assault Kendo's for some reason. I would say Assault Kendo's is a pretty good explanation of how you would make a balanced shield. It has some startup, there's counterplay by getting really close to them and like meleeing them through it. Some moves will hit through it. I think that's a really good designed beta. I think the cooldown on Assault Kendo's beta is a bit weird. I do wish it was a bit more penalizing if it broke. But at the same time, I think Assault Kendo's beta is very close to what an ideal should be. Strike Kiri's is the complete opposite.
It's the power creep version.
It has really good priority because of how much closer he holds it to himself. The size is about the same, so it doesn't really have the compress issue with like how compressed beta is. Yeah. Its reload is ridiculous. It doesn't take damage from getting hit. It doesn't have any of the downsides that a shield needs to have for it to be balanced. And I do also want to emphasize frame data in that one too, because he's able to pull it on a reaction against like an Ida kick, for example, while a character like Assault Kendo cannot do that. The Assault Kendo needs to be a bit more like diligent in keeping her shield up when she needs it. That's another thing that needs to happen. The frame data is something that hasn't really been considered for a while. I think we need to start considering it. I think Red Kiri's beta is one of the big problem moves with that.
I would say that I think maybe Alpha's damage could go down. I don't like that I don't like that the roll and the slash is the same amount of damage, because 120 for that is crazy. Because you could just do like
roll should be like
roll
30 to 50.
Yeah, and like the slash should be its own separate damage, because like the day one, like literally like the moment you loaded into training with Strike Kiri when he dropped, it would just do alpha 240. That's pretty stupid. I don't think it should do that much damage. I think it should go down to like probably like 200 max. Also, why does like the one move on his kit, like why does Rock have armor? I feel like that's just kind of like more of a funny thing. It's not really like that big of an issue. Yeah, like armored projectile. Why? I think the damage could go down from 112 base at level 9 to around like 105. Actually, let me look at his values real quick. Hold on. Where's my thing at?
I know it gets a crazy spike at level 9. I think it gets like plus 10 at level 9 from level 8.
Is. Yeah, it goes from 102 to 112, which I think is kind of insane. I think they should go from like 102 to like 105 or something like that.
Can we take a look at Beta's damage real quick as well?
Yeah, Beta's
damage. Do you think Beta could also use it?
Really wild, like
120.
Yeah. It does
120
for like
120. You might see that and think it's not too bad, but you got to remember that this 120 also true combos into Gamma if you're able to do it right, pretty much every single time. And with tuning, that basically means you have a ranged guard break option. It's like it's almost comparable to like Shinsooooooooooooo Alpha in a way. It's really dumb. I think high combo characters should have like low damage values, and this is a good example. I think it should be
Yeah.
80 to like 100 on that hit.
Yeah.
The hold version can be afford to be a little higher because it hard knocks.
Yeah, from
And,
120
it's more
to
of a retaliation.
152. You can tune that up to like 160 if you really want to. I've hit it
I
for
think that should
170
drop
at
a
some
little.
points. I think it should be like 140 max on this from 120, like a 20 damage increase. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Also-
character overall, he just needs like changes to like everything. I think alpha startup like cost should be a little increased, so the flight tech isn't as potent. 15% doesn't really feel like a lot. I think beta's damage could use reduced. I think alpha's damage could use reduced a little bit. Gamma's damage could use reduced.
Yeah.
Beta needs some rework. Like this character just needs a lot of stuff across the board. There's no one thing we could pinpoint as being incredibly stupid.
A lot of his
Invincible
kit
Shield,
just needs to
but,
be
you know.
reworked. Do you think that if
Yeah.
we reworked his entire kit, that he could be a contender for 350?
I don't think it's a terrible idea, but you would have to do a lot about his mobility and defense
Yeah.
before you made him 350.
Hmm.
Because again, hardening also does a lot for him.
Yeah.
More than it does for Assault Kiri, by the way.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I think I may have not said this before in VC in casual passing, but like I think that hardening should be knockdown value reduction, but before we do that, we should nerf Red Kiri. Like I think
Yeah,
the
I
knockdown
like
value
hardening being
reduction
knockdown
should
value.
be like on the level of like rapid might, so maybe even a little bit better. But I do find it stupid how like for example, Rapid Deku can just do like ground alpha and just knock Kiri not out of hardening, but just knock him on his ass and waste his hardening percentage, which I think is dumb.
Yeah, the only issue with the down power change is that hardening is not something that goes away on the initial grab. Like All Might, for example, you compared it to him. All Might, if you grab him and like hit him out of alpha, that down power reduction immediately goes away. But hardening
Yeah.
during grabs and stuff like that doesn't go away, which would result in things like Shinsooooooooooooo getting like 4
Oh,
alphas
yeah.
on him if it went too low. So it'd make his he'd make his matchups against grab characters even worse than they already are. But it would make his matchup against other characters like Rapid Deku and like other like high knockdown characters like Tamaki for some reason. It would help a lot against those. Assuming we're in close quarters against Tamaki and he's not going for grabs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's all we gotta say about Red Kiri. What else? Are we missing anything? I don't think we're missing anything.
I think we got it.
Yeah. Momo. I think she's like top of B. I don't think she's nothing crazy. In comp, she's pretty nice. I would say in comp, she's probably like up here, like bottom A, but like overall, I think she's like firmly like top of B. I mean, her best strategy is just storm stalling. Speaking about storm stalling, I want to see storm stalling significantly nerfed. I want them to implement storm sickness, like how Fortnite has it in their comp, because storm stalling is literally a game changer, and too many characters can do it. Mainly Momo and Kurogiri, and Rapid
If you're
Ochaco in some
300
cases
HP,
too.
you can
Yeah.
storm camp. If you're 350, you can marinate.
Yeah, which is stupid. Overhaul can do it too. Well, Overhaul is Overhaul. We're not even gonna talk about
Overhaul
him yet.
should be able to do
Yeah,
it. That should
Overhaul.
be his like gimmick.
Yeah, it's fine for Overhaul because he literally has a fucking self heal. But like Momo doing it, Kurogiri doing it, I need storm stalling to just completely just be nerfed and be a lot more strategic and not just be something that you can just do willy nilly. It's really dumb how often you can do it. And it's just it literally changes the entire game. Like you can just spam team heals, you can spam self heals, it's so stupid, man.
I remember when her Gamma got a down power increase from 150 to 250, and many people, including myself, really downplayed how much this actually did against, like, for the character, like how much this actually was a problem. And admittedly, for general ranked play, yeah, it's not a huge deal. Your cannons are still very threatening. But what it did was it took away what she needed to be viable in high level play. Her niche was long range, blow somebody up, and insta kill them. Is that healthy for the game? No, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it kind of made her really ass in the process because now, even though she could still guard break somebody with her cannons, she's not following up with a kill most of the time if the person she's fighting has a brain.
Yeah.
And that I would say that if we took current Momo back in like Hawks meta and we put him in the hands of the guy who won it, he probably would not be playing Momo. He'd probably switch characters to someone else. Because I think that change takes away what Momo had, what she needs to be viable. Of course, there's still Lucky Bag, and I think that's the direction I want her to go. I want Lucky Bag's cooldown to be changed. I want it to be like cut in half, honestly. It might be a bit crazy of a take. But I want like team heals in general to be less of a spammable resource. Like I want less of them to be around the map, which could help with giving Momo a niche because she's one of the only characters who can create them. Yeah. So having team heals being much more valuable and much more scarce could make Momo's ability to create them worth the team slot, which is that's the direction I want as like an ideal for her. I know that's probably not going to happen. So instead, I would probably just settle with I don't know. I'm not really sure how you could make the character like really good. I think she's kind of just poorly designed, and the only reason she was ever good is because cannon blow up die.
Yeah, I would like to see that power relocated to more to beta specifically, not alpha. Her alpha is just a really good CC tool, not CC. It's a really good just overall like denial tool. Like I hit stun you, back away from me, and it's really annoying. And it allows her to control a lot of the space around her. I like that for her. I don't like fighting it, but it's something that is a very integral part of her kit to get you off of her because she is very jumpable if she does not have a team. So I would just like that that down power increase from Gamma, that lost power to be relocated to Beta. Because the Beta is a really underrated part of her kit too.
You mentioned relocating to the power into Beta. There's one thing I want to mention with that. Can we not bring back Invincible Beta?
No, not that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
no,
yeah. I just
stupid.
I want it to be known out there. Let's not have that be the direction that we were referring to. Maybe something like speed of the Beta.
Yeah.
Maybe like the size of the wall could be, an option. Something else. But I don't want Invincible Beta to come back. I think that's a bad direction. Just in case any devs are watching, if you're looking for any ideas, Invincible Beta is not the idea. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't bring that shit back. That shit was stupid back in Season 1. That was so dumb. Maybe give her armor on it on the rush or something. Or give her knockdown value reduction on the rush or just something. Give me a reason to use it or give me some why is it not even faster than her base run speed? I feel sometimes even slower than her base run. It's really slow. I don't know. I would like to see Beta reworked in some healthy ways. Just not make it like a Mirio Beta or something stupid like that. Why did it even have invincibility to begin with? That was so stupid. Do you think he's better than Yellow Deku? I would say he's below Yellow Deku.
I think Yellow Deku's better. Before the momentum change, I think it was a lot closer. But if you think about it, Denki didn't get anything, and Deku kind of got a lot. Yeah. So it's very hard to say Denki's better. Denki is more threatening, I would say. Yellow Deku is very much so play smart, get long range chip damage type of character and burn one opponent. Strike Denki is very much so when you see that character, you have to acknowledge him and fear his presence because that character could fuck you up if you get in the wrong spot with him. Yeah. That said, his mobility, in modern day, I would almost say he's a no mobility character at this point. Because his mobility just does not keep up. And, I remember we used to complain that he was 350. I still don't like the design of 350, but I don't think it's completely terrible. And I think he kind of honestly needs it in modern day.
If he had 300 nowadays, I'd move him, to bottom of A, bro. That wouldn't kill him, but it would hurt him quite a bit. It's crazy how much 50 HP can do to a character.
Yeah, I mean, Strike Denki before, he used to struggle a lot because he couldn't make maximum use of Exponential due to Tech Denki's existence, but now that Exponential isn't really a thing, he kind of isn't really bothered by that much. Yeah, so the character, he's still good, don't get me wrong. Beta can still be a very impressive move when you're fighting against a team indoors. It's not like Tech Shoto levels or anything, but it is enough to be worth considering him.
Yeah.
I think he's not completely terrible, but he's kind of struggling a little bit. And again, I do think he's one of those characters that kind of shouldn't be good. So I think he kind of should stay here. I liked how he is now.
I like how niche beta is, and like if it catches you off guard, like you're gonna eat a lot of damage.
I really like how beta, when you end beta, it has like a knockback effect on it. I really like how
Yeah.
that can also go into alpha sometimes as well. It really adds like a layer of depth to the character that you don't normally see for a character like Strike Denki.
I'm not sure where I would buff him at. He's already really threatening and really strong. He's just a really niche pick. He's just a really niche TOD gimmick. He's one of the more healthy TOD gimmicks because he's not like. He doesn't have an insanely easy way to do it. His Gamma Dash does go pretty decently far, but that's only like really at like high levels, like level 9.
Yeah.
I also want to mention how
I don't think he's buffed. I think
yeah.
he should stay where he is.
I also want to mention
Even if that
how
means he's a bit
weird
weak.
his alpha scaling is. Hold on, let me go to this. His alpha scaling
Yeah, it
is
feels
so weird. It goes from like 65 to 80 at level 4. And then from 80, goes from 80 to 90 at level 9. So you get an extra, like, what is this, 25 damage?
Yeah,
yeah.
for reference,
Yeah, and then you go from
level
extra
1
10.
to 4. Level 1 to 4. Once it hits level 4, he's got yellow Deku damage values, and everything
Yeah.
after that is only extra 2 damage.
Yeah.
It is for this reason that I would actually suggest stopping at Alpha 4 a lot of the time if your aim is good enough, and
Yeah.
going for something like Beta for more wall pierce, or Gamma just for more range, and then coming back to Alpha later.
Yeah. I personally just do Alpha 4 Gamma 9. Yeah.
I do Alpha 4 Beta 9. But,
Really?
You know, different story. Yeah, I think Beta's AoE at like max level is actually like really, really oppressive indoors, and I think it's a very useful trait to have.
I'm gonna have to try that out. Beta 9? You don't go for Gamma range?
Yeah, I mean, that's part of why I consider him as a no mobility character. You know, you only really use Gamma when they're at point blank. Like, if you're dashing towards somebody at max range, you're not hitting them anyway, and it's not like his Gamma is like great for mobility regardless. So, I mean, keeping it at level 1, it's your combo starter, and just kind of leave it there.
Tech Denki.
This character's stupid.
He's S+ for sure. He's dumb.
I think he's terribly designed. Why is he 350 for being a character that's supposed to be focused on being so far away from your opponent? I don't think that really makes sense. He's like, until Nagant drops, he's the character I would consider the sniper character of the game, and yet he's on the more durable part of it for some reason.
Yeah.
And they also made him really oppressive in close quarters for some reason, which he did not need. They made Beta into Alpha extremely stupid. Guard break combo. Hell, even just being close to him, you click Alpha once and you stun the opponent for 120. Like, what? It's dumb.
It's so stupid.
He's terribly designed. I will say, before he got the buff, giving him a buff would have made sense, but I think the way that they buffed him was stupid. I like the change that they made to Beta, but Alpha turning into a shotgun hit was probably I would say that's one of the worst design implementation changes that they've made in a balance patch in a long time. I think the only ones that are comparable would be like making All Might 300, and that was a long time ago when they did that. So I think Tech Denki's design is terrible. I would have probably, I like the beta buff. I like what they did with that. But for if we were going to give him more than that, then I would have maybe increased how far Gamma dashes or something like that to help him reposition and stay in that long range better. Or maybe reducing
his Gamma dash
startup on
goes
it.
really far at higher levels. But like at like level 1, it's like dog shit. Like it's nothing.
Can we check Tech Denki's Gamma cooldown real quick though? Because I remember that's not really too forgiving either, which I also do like.
Yeah, it's 9 seconds to 8 seconds.
Yeah, that is probably the direction I would have gone then. Instead of buffing his like Alpha turn into a fucking shotgun, I'd have probably made this like the more traditional 8 to 6 second cooldown.
Yeah.
Which might be a lot, but you know.
Also,
Whatever.
I really like how the Gamma has a gimmick to like grow stronger the more you hit someone. I just don't like that you can never use that ability. I want that to be a really insane part of his kit. I would love that because that sounds really cool to like just like dash in between opponents and have really good crowd control. But he never really gets that big of an opportunity to do that.
From my experience, the first dash of Gamma actually has like really crazy tracking, but then everything after that, including like the fourth and like fifth dash, doesn't really have any. And when you're moving that quickly, it's very hard to go from person to person reliably with having such little tracking on it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the damage buff that you get from tracking onto multiple people is minimal. Like each time you hit somebody, it's like, oh, +5 damage on the next hit. That's not really impactful.
It's not worth it.
I wouldn't mind if it started at like 60, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then every time it hits somebody, it goes up to 80, then 100, then 120, and then it starts to slow down a little bit, 130, 140, stuff like that.
Yeah. No, his Gamma just feels like his Gamma feels it feels like an incomplete move. I like the gimmick they added on it, but it feels like a waste of a gimmick because he can never really use it.
I want that gimmick to be the melee option for this character instead of beta alpha spam.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That would make the character so much more interesting if he was just dashing around the field and like hitting people and then using his like sniper gimmick. Like afterwards, he would use the remaining dashes he has to reposition himself in a good spot to then follow up on those stuns with like the hold alpha. I think that would be incredible design for the character. I also really do like how special action ties into his kit well. Because this character isn't a character that would make as good use of special action normally. He's not as in the fray very often. He's very much so kind of in the back line.
Mm-hmm.
So his special action would be a lot less useful. It'd only really be useful against Ida and stuff like that, which isn't terrible. But Strike Denki admittedly would get a lot better use out of special action than Tech would. So I'm really glad Tech got like an extra benefit from it. It really makes a lot of sense. I'm a fan of it. That said, the character's dumb. I think he needs some changes. They took him in probably the worst direction possible.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that could make him worse is if they reduced the range on his like aim in alpha, because then that's basically just saying, yeah, we don't want him to be a sniper, and I think that's really dumb.
Yeah.
I really hope they don't go that direction.
One thing I wanted to say for Strike Denki that you actually kind of reminded me of, I would like to see a special action buff for Strike, like give him some type of buff maybe too, something beta related. Because I would really like that. Maybe like if you have special action on, you don't have the stupidness at the end of the beta.
Well,
or you just get like extra damage on
beta. The stupid is barely a downside anyway because nobody ever lets it get that far.
Yeah, you could just
maybe like more range, or maybe if you have special action up and you do like the knockback effect on beta, it'll take your special action away, but it'll apply like some like alpha pylons, like it'll apply some pylons around like where the edge of his beta was. So he has like a circle of pylons that show up for a second.
Oh, you mean like Livewire?
Yeah, Livewire.
Oh, okay. That would be sick. That would actually be really insane. Not gonna lie, that would be nice.
Yeah, give him some good crowd control. I think it could be neat.
Just literally have a fucking like a spider web of just of lightning net or whatever. That would be really nice. I would like that.
Yeah.
Yellow Kendo. I would say in comp. In comp,
I'd say she's S.
Great. What? Really?
Yeah, because you got to remember, there's still things like TOD comps that make really good use of her.
Yeah. I would say in comp, she's like up here, but like in regular ranked play, I'll just see like.
In regular ranked play, I'd put her below Assault Deku, if I'm being honest.
I put her like, maybe like above Froppy, like, I don't know. I'll put her, I think she's interchangeable right here. But I think she's slightly better than Yellow Deku.
Her and Assault Deku have two completely different gimmicks, so it's very hard to say which one is definitively the better option. Just know that Assault Kendo is more team specialized. Playing her with like Aizawa is very threatening. Playing her with stun characters. Playing her with characters like Red Shiggy can also work really well, because Red Shiggy's grab can combo very well into Kendo's alpha with the low down power on it. Any stun character realistically can make very good use of her 148 damage alphas. Also, can we go back? Can we go to her damage values real quick just to show off her alpha scaling? Because it is stupid how her alpha scales.
It's really wild. Where's she at?
Yeah,
22
it goes up
to 37 per rock.
Look at that. It goes up by 2 damage every level except for 2 to 3 for some reason. And remember, she can hit a maximum of 4 rocks, which means effectively each level is plus 8 damage, which is kind of a lot on an alpha.
Yeah.
especially when the base is like 88.
Yeah.
No wonder she scales up to 140.
Why does her alpha go from 22 to 24 to 25, then to 27?
Who knows?
Then to 29, 31, 33, 35, then 37. It's really weird scaling. Yeah.
Yeah. It's dumb. It's really weird.
What is her beta's cooldown? Oh, it reloads like this. Okay, it's one of these. What's the penalty on it? Do you know?
I think the penalty is like 6 to 8 seconds. It's not a lot.
No. This cooldown
It's
is
enough to
this
break
I
your-
can't say that word, but this cooldown is stupid for Gamma.
Yeah, this cooldown needs to go.
3 seconds
An armored
and
burst
3 of them
option with that.
for
Yeah, it's an armored burst option with that big of a hitbox, and you're telling me that it's going to do 180 and have pretty much infinite ammo. I don't like how this is designed.
Yeah.
So I think Assault Kendo, I'm going to start suggesting a few changes that I want for her. I want her alpha damage to go down, particularly the scaling. I want it to do 80 to 120 instead of going all the way up to 140. It really makes her melt people really quickly for some reason.
Yeah.
And I want her Gamma's cooldown to change. I want... Is it crazy to say a penalty start span might be better than here? Because 3 seconds is not terrible for a move like this. Using
I
two
would
of them
say
and then
like
waiting.
take 2 seconds to start reloading, or maybe like 1.5
Yeah.
seconds to start reloading, something like that.
Yeah, something. Because the way she just does clap, wait for you to wake up, and the clap's back. I don't like that. I think that needs to go.
Yeah.
But in exchange for these nerfs, because I know we're nerfing like a low tier, I want her alpha to work. If you guys are aware of Fortnite, many of you probably are, their shotguns fire a consistent spread every time. Is it
Yeah.
realistic? No, not at all. Does it make the weapon feel a lot better to use and a lot less inconsistent? Yes. That's
Yeah.
why I think it should be added. Make it a consistent spread where from like max range, if you're in the middle of your crosshair, you could say hit 3 rocks pretty reliably.
I don't like that spreads are RNG in this game. Like for Rapid Bakugo, his alpha spread is random. For the yellow Kendo, her alpha spread is random. I'm pretty sure it's another. I know it's another character that I'm forgetting.
It's much less noticeable on the characters that have the issue. But Assault Kendo, you could go into training right now and feel it in about 5 minutes. Just sit completely still
Yeah.
at maximum range and just throw like 5 alphas, and you'll notice, why is that one doing 148 but the next one's doing 37?
Yeah.
It's dumb. I don't
yeah.
like it. I think it should be more consistent. So I think that would, one change, making her alpha much more consistent, especially from farther ranges. I think that would be enough to make up for the Gamma's like reload change and the alpha damage change that I suggested.
Yeah.
And I think it would make her feel a lot better to use.
Strike Kendo. I would say where'd she? Do you feel like I think she was Z, maybe before the patch.
Yeah, when her mobility was cross map, she was definitely Z tier. And just
Yeah.
nobody knew how to play her right yet.
I think
Now that
she's
her
probably,
mobility isn't so stupid.
I think she used to be better than Red Kiri, I think, but nowadays I think
Yeah.
she's definitively worse. I would say she's probably around like either better or worse than GS Deku.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Strike Toto is better.
Really?
Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm absolutely wild.
I
I think
she's
Strike
better.
Toto
Definitely
has much
better.
more of a team presence, but
Mhm.
Strike Kendo is very much so. If you mess me up, like we're all losing. Her
Yeah,
team
yeah.
combos, she just cannot team combo pretty much at all. I think the best she can do is like combo finish somebody else's combo, which is not really completely awful, but that's something pretty much everybody can do. And she doesn't really have any like, team combo assistance. She's a very selfish character is what I'm getting at.
Mhm.
And I don't think Strike Toto is nearly as selfish. I think if the two of them were to fight each other in a 1v1, yeah, Strike Kendo probably wins. But I think Strike Toto brings a lot more to a team in a 3v3 environment, which is why I would say I think Strike Toto is better.
I'll mention one thing that we could probably move on because, like, I don't want to spend too much time on Strike Kendo. I don't like the way her beta is designed. I don't like that a yellow Deku Alpha can bring it.
260.
Yeah, that, and I don't like how a yellow Deku Alpha or just any projectile in general can take it from full to empty in one hit. That's really stupid, and that gives her access to that 260 damage move. Why does that shit do like all of my guard? That's actually like really, really dumb, and it should not be that much damage. It should be like 180 at most. I cut that shit in like, actually not, probably not 180. That's kind of crazy. Maybe like 200. But like, yeah, it should be.
Is it crazy to say that I think her damage on it would be totally fine under the restriction that it was a lot harder for her to reach max percent consistently?
She
because
should.
as you said right now, it's one Deku Alpha, but if it took like 4 to get there, like each Deku Alpha knocked off like 25%, then realistically she can't just sit there and hold beta and then reliably come out of it with full charge anymore unless she's fighting a character like Strike Shiggy or like big AoE type of characters. A yellow Deku will see that and just stop shooting or go for Gamma.
Yeah.
And that way, if the Kendo dashes for you, she'll only say have like half charge or 25% charged. And that is a lot less outrageous.
Yeah.
I would still reduce her damage a little bit on beta, but maybe max out at like 230 or something and make it significantly harder to get to that point.
Yeah, that's valid. Also fix the glitch with Toga. Moving on.
The Toga glitch was fixed regarding her.
It was?
Actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
don't worry, we have
this
infinite
season?
float instead.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah,
that
it
too.
was fixed at the start of the season.
Oh, did they mention it in the patch notes?
Absolutely not.
No.
Do you think they want the average player to think the game is glitchy when they look at a patch notes? No, they're gonna fix that shit. Not tell
anyone.
anyone.
To bring up the patch notes, they literally mentioned how Tamaki's tipper would differ depending on FPS, and how if you could have infinite permeation depending on if your connection was unstable. People who know this game.
Yeah,
is
but those were
glitchy.
much better known than Toga's. If it's not known by over half the community, they're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist.
Royale. Ibara, I'm putting her top of S. She's stupid. I'm gonna go on a rant here.
Reinforced.
Reinforced revive. We're stupid. Her special action range is way too far. Why did they give her the ability that she could do this in the air? That was one of her decent weaknesses, actually. Actually, no, it wasn't, because she's not an air character anyway. She's always on the ground. They just like, it's so stupid, bro. It's so. Why does she have 2 of them? Why does her alpha do like 160 base? Why does her beta do 200 damage? And yeah, that's that's it. Yeah.
For the love of God, could Japan stop sleeping on this character?
That's
Just
the only reason
because
why
she's
she
just
hasn't gotten
completely
nerfed,
killed.
bro. Every Japan tier list is like F tier. Oh, like, no, not F tier, but like B tier, C tier. Bro, she's S.
Like,
she's insane. This character's so stupid.
The only issue that the character has is the fact that she's very stationary. Which, yes, that's a significant issue to actually have. You know how you work around it?
Protect
you play
Ibara.
with your Ibara. I will say, though, with her current statistics, how she plays currently, if Reinforced Revive was removed from the game, she would probably drop to high A tier. Gonna be honest. Reinforced Revive does so much for her that it is ridiculous.
Remove second special. No character should have 2 of them. I don't think.
I don't mind it, but if they're gonna do a second special for her, that needs to be her gimmick. Her damage shouldn't be good if they're gonna make her a revive bot type character like how she is currently.
I honestly lean towards the point SB made where instant revive shouldn't be a thing, but that's a topic for another day. Yeah. I don't like the concept of instant revives in this game. I feel like it's very poorly handled. I actually think Kurogiri's is decently handled, other than the fact that his range is map wide. But yeah. I would prefer her special be like a protection thing, like giving you an opportunity to like get up on your own, not an instant revive with 250 shield stacked on top of it. Because let's be honest, what good Ibara is not running reinforced revive on a decently consistent basis? Like
solo queue Ibaras.
But yeah, I don't
on Space Hop instead.
I think that her like shield of hair should be like a cage that protects you, like Cementoss's, but better.
Also, can we make her Gamma take ammo if she whiffs it? Like, I know she kind of doesn't need it, but like again, I don't think you should be rewarded for being garbage.
I don't really mind that too much because I don't mind it because yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
I don't think that should be a feature for any move. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get to Tech Mirio later.
You won't get them for like a minute, but oh my Jesus, I'm sorry, bro, but like you fucking suck nowadays. Assault All Might, you are actual like dirt. Like I would put Yellow Kiri above this character. This character is trash.
I remember telling you that he was absolute ass, and you were like, he can't be that bad.
Yeah, bro,
I had
like
to play him once. Ooh.
Bro, okay, for context, we played we made a tier list before this. We played customs. I had him like more towards like top of B. Like better than Yellow Kiri. I played customs one time. This character is terrible. This character is absolutely garbage. I'm never taking this character into ranked. I will never make a Yellow All Might video until this character gets buffed in some significant way. This character needs a lot of changes. Okay, so first off, give him 350. He fucking deserves it. He should never been 300 to begin with. Honestly, I want him to be more melee focused. He's an assault. It makes sense. His alpha is kind of fine the way it is. If his other moves were consistent and reliable damage options, his beta is not one. It moves way too slow. Has way too much end lag. The reload speed is like fucking 12 seconds per beta. Like, hello? Are we serious? I want Gamma's turn radius to be buffed. I would like to have that be a good and reliable damage source. It does 100 damage, which is very good for an invincible tornado that is moving around, so I would like to be able to use that for damage too. I want him to be a good melee brawler, but he is just not that, and his melee moves absolutely suck. Actually, give him a melee setup somehow. I would like that too.
Let's add a bit more context to Assault All Might here. Back in the day, he used to be very, very oppressive, and the devs kept nerfing him, but the problem with him was always his alpha damage and his alpha DPS.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the devs kept trying to take every other possible route than nerfing the alpha's damage. They nerfed the alpha's cooldown, they gutted special and beta's cooldown, they reduced his beta's damage, they reduced his HP, they did everything else but nerfing his alpha damage, and it never worked until the general power creep eventually kicked him out of the higher end of the tiers. And once he started finally hitting the point where he was about A tier, the devs finally went through with that alpha damage nerf that he should have had from the start, realistically.
He should have gotten that shit season 2, like the beginning of season 2 patch. I'm gonna be so for real.
Exactly.
Then,
he should have gotten that in like season 2, and then in like all of those cooldown nerfs that he got, the HP nerf that he got, all of that should have never happened. And because all of that stuff happened, and then we finally got the alpha damage nerf, that alpha that was very oppressive and was like All Might as a character is no longer All Might as a character. Yeah. And he doesn't have anything else he can fall back on because it's on cooldown. Or he doesn't have the health to get in close. Or he doesn't... And another thing, his mobility used to be considered really good, but now it's like pretty much...
So much
like,
end
honestly,
lag on everything, bro. Everything is end lag.
Everything has end lag. It does not really make sense for his HP pool. I'm going to bring that up again. But it all has end lag, and even when you look at his mobility for what it is, just as a quick burst mobility, characters like Tamaki go about the same distance as All Might, and Tamaki is half the reload on everything.
Also, Tamaki gets inertia on his shit. All Might gets nothing. Like, nothing he does feels fluid. Nothing he does, like,
special
flows
action
into each other
is
really
on
well.
crack now after the momentum change. Don't forget that.
Well... it's alright, I guess. It doesn't really change. It doesn't really move him up a tier or move him up a spot for me, I don't think. I mean, Assault All Might mains, let me know, but like, and shit, do y'all even exist anymore? But I don't really know, to be honest.
I would say that if we were looking at this character completely on his own, that he would probably be like on the higher end of B tier. I don't think he's entirely unplayable because this alpha still does kind of decent damage. It's not great, but it is still there. The problem is that look at the characters above him. Look at all of the characters above him who just do what he does, but better in every way. We have Assault Deku. We have Strike Deku. We have Strike Bakugo. We have Strike Todoroki. We have Rapid Bakugo. We have Rapid Deku. All of those characters do pretty much everything All Might does better in almost every single way, convincingly. And trust me, there are many characters that have yet to come who are also in that list.
Yep.
All Might, he doesn't have anything to stand out in the rest of the cast. It used to be HP, but now they gave it to Bakugo and Toto instead of him. It used to be his Alpha DPS, but nope, we're going to remove that. It used to be his ammo count. Nope. Now he has the same as Toto and Bakugo. It used to be his mobility. Nope. We're going to give Bakugo insane mobility and give Deku crazy inertia.
Yeah.
He just... All of the advantages that he used to have from back in the day are not true anymore. He is just worse than them in every single way now. He doesn't have that edge that he needs. The edge used to be his HP. He just does not have it.
Yep. Hey, that basically sums it up.
Buff All Might.
That's all Might sucks. Moving on to Rapid, I would say he's probably like top of A.
Yeah. Suplex is like one of the most fun moves in the game to land. I'm gonna be so excited.
It's so you grab someone and break their neck, 220.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I like the way I love the way Carolina flows into like his bro. Carolina is the core of his kit. If you don't have Carolina, this character is terrible. But I like how you can do like up close like Carolina grab. Like from long range, you could do Carolina. You could do Carolina projectile into Carolina dash. You could do Carolina into like 2 alpha hits if you're far enough. It's great.
Yeah, I think Rapid All Might is in a very good spot right now. There's only a few changes that I want to see happen to him. First off, I want Carolina's cooldown to be adjusted. Right now, the penalty is only like 2 seconds longer than the individual reload, which means that pretty much every time you play him, you kind of just want to mash all your Carolinas and put it on penalty, because it's not penalizing like how penalty should be. I would change that so that the cooldown for each individual charge is 2 seconds less, but the penalty is 2 seconds longer than it currently is.
Yeah.
So he's more penalized for using all of them, but he can use it as a more like click it twice, wait, reposition with it twice, wait. That's what I want him to be able to do.
Yeah.
And the second thing I want to see, I want Gamma to have its damage changed a little bit. I don't want all 210 to be on just the shockwave. Maybe changing the damage to be like 60 on the grab and then 150 on the shockwave. Something like that, maybe.
Yeah, just make it a little bit better designed. Like the grab itself should do a little bit of damage. Probably like 30. Then like the slam does like probably like 170, 160, something like that. It would just reduce the overall damage by a bit, because if you do get grabbed by that, it is kind of a game changer, especially if you can grab one person and then hit the teammate with the shockwave as well. That's an instant 210 to 2 different teammates, which is kind of a lot of damage. That's over 400 damage you dealt to their entire team.
Also, hot take, this character does not feel like a Rapid. Should have been Strike.
Yeah. Like, if Carolina had a faster dash speed, then yeah. But nah, he feels like a Strike with like slightly above average mobility. Actually, no, the way Strikes are now, he's a Strike with average mobility.
I'll say I think he's one of the best designed characters in the game. His kit flows together really well. It all feels smooth. Every part of his kit is useful. Sure, Carolina is kind of the core of everything, but Carolina is also the move you're going to have up the most often, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Except for Alpha, that's kind of a different story. It kind of makes sense. Everything he does flows well. I really like the design of this character. His sit still and hit people with large damage and absorb damage type of playstyle, that's not my thing. I'm not a huge fan of that, so I don't personally play him much. But at the same time, I can acknowledge that his kit very well designed, and I really like how they made him. I really can't think of many flaws. If the only things I can think of are Beta's cooldown and Gamma being a little bit different with its damage and like what gives what damage, then I think he succeeded, because I have a lot more opinions for many other characters, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to see him have a little more HP, maybe, but that's kind of too risky to do. But in an ideal world,
his hit could warrant it.
Yeah, not 3. I think 350 for a rapid would be crazy, just because.
That's kind of the thing. He's a rapid. If he was a strike, I'd say make him 350.
Yeah, but he's just like the rapid class. Just no one's 350 in that class yet, so it's just really. But I think actually, just give it to Assault All Might, bro. Just give it to Assault All Might, bro. Actually, both All Mights are contenders for 350. To be honest, I don't really know.
I think both All Mights make sense for it.
Yeah.
I think Rapid All Might could be made 300 or 350. I think Assault All Might should just be 350. I don't think there's an argument for 300 on that character.
With his current design, shit, I like to stretch it to 400, but.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. With his damage values and shit, maybe. But I would look more into reverting his cooldowns and stuff like that instead of just going all the way off the rocker with his health.
Cementoss. Reinforced revive.
Again, reinforced.
Probably no, not that high. I put him like right here. Above full bullet.
I think every revive character that we currently have placed, all 3 of the instant revives, I think they all drop a tier if reinforced revive is removed.
Yeah. Reinforced revive needs to go, or just like it should be like half shield, not your entire shield, bro. Like what? Are we serious?
That means if Cementoss uses his revive on a 300 HP character, he effectively just added 400 more hit points to the fight.
Like, bro, like double revive comps? Are we like dead ass right now?
Yeah, no. Fun fact, actually, in scrims, double revive comps got limited because they specifically added a ruling in where reinforced revive could only be on one member of the team at any given time because double revive comps were that oppressive. If you guys want to know how absolutely stupid double revive comps are with reinforced, they specifically, the competitive scene for this game had to limit it because it was that oppressive. Ibara Cementoss comps were winning every time. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
anyway, that's enough about comp. This is a ranked tier list, not different.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to consider all different sides just besides unranked, because unranked is unranked.
Yeah. Well, unranked is basically if you just took ranked and took away half the S tier.
Yeah, and just
there you are.
Yeah, my mic died. Yeah. Well, let me make sure I'm not fucking hitting this cable. Yeah, but I think we have to like I said before, I think we have to consider all sides because comp is a decent part of this community. I know a lot of people that are in comp, and some of our friends in this friend group is literally play comp fairly consistently. So I think we have to consider all sides, but for the most part,
only this game wasn't ass. I play comp.
Yeah. Mount Lady, Jesus Christ, what happened to you? The devs just took her out back. I think before the special action buff she was here, but after special action buff, I'm putting her at the bottom of A.
Well, the thing is about Mount Lady is that I think All Might would probably be more useful generally, but again, Mount Lady actually has a niche. She has something that stands apart, and that is Big Mode.
Big Mode carries her.
Yeah. Without Big Mode, she's awful. Like, bottom 2 characters in the game, probably. No Big Mode Mount Lady is straight buns. That shit sucks.
Yeah.
But because she has that reason to be picked, she has Big Mode, she still ends up not being terrible. I want to see her HP increased to 350, and I want to see her down power adjusted on Alpha to go down to 25 from 50, and I want Beta to go down to 200. That way, a lot of her combos that she was able to do before come back, but she's still not able to do really stupid shit like Alpha, Beta, Alpha spam like how she used to be able to do before, because the Beta would hard knock there.
Yeah.
I just want the character to be not so Big Mode the character. Yeah. I know that's her quirk and all, and I think it should be her best attribute, but does that have to be the only thing she's even decent at?
Give her combos back, please. She needs them. She needs them so bad.
Yeah, but because somebody played her in the tournament and then that team ended up winning, she's just gonna get nerfed again.
Yeah.
Watch it next. Gamma 10-second cooldown at level 9.
Oh
12
my
at
god!
level
Don't
1.
don't. I like how like they kept consistently buffing her Gamma cooldown, then they recently nerfed it. I'm just like, bro, what? Stop touching Gamma
And they
cooldown.
never was.
It was never
They
an
never was
issue.
put in the patch notes, so they just kept fucking with it behind the scenes.
Yeah. Like,
It's
stop
funny.
messing with it, bro. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's a good move in big mode.
In big mode, yes, to specify.
Red Shiggy. This character has come a long way from season 1, man. Honestly, I'll put him like top of A, bro. He's great. Honestly.
Yeah,
Not bad.
again, we're not ready for this conversation, but I
Don't.
think it's S.
He's not S, bro. No life. Stop trolling. You're trolling.
I'd
You
be
wanted to put full bullet down
100%
here,
dead
bro.
ass.
Stop.
I don't want full bullet down there. I do not think he's that bad. Anyway, I think Strike Shiggy is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Especially after the revive change on levels. He's crazy good right now. And having a good matchup with the Tech Mirio also helps.
Yeah. He has a really good He had a really good matchup with the Strike. I was about to say Strike Mirio. Oh my god. And
He
Tech
is
Mirio.
Strike Mirio, let's be real. 230 damn Gamma. We'll get to him in a second,
Yeah.
Trust me, we got plenty of words to say for him when he comes around.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't have much to say about Strike Shiggy. He is really surprisingly well designed. The one thing I would like to be adjusted and fixed for him, I would like Gamma's vertical hitbox to go down, but I would also like it to always grab. Like, nope, stop falling out of my hand, please. I would like that to be consistent.
So basically, no Emerald mod solution of just making the hitbox bigger. Do something more creative.
Yeah, actually fix the bugs, please. And also, like, why can I do like a neutral, like, sometimes I'll do like a neutral hop with a character that has a fairly decently high neutral hop, and like, he will grab me. I'm just like, bro, what is that vertical hitbox on that move? It's so crazy. But that's more of a rebalance of Gamma. I'm not trying to just straight up just nerf Strike Shiggy, because saying nerf Strike Shiggy is crazy.
There is one thing I do really want to mention, and that there was a shadow change this season that does kind of hurt him a little bit. It's not too insane because his main idea is area control. It doesn't really affect that too much.
Is it beta end lag?
No. It's not the beta end lag. That's been a thing for a while actually.
Oh.
It's Gamma. They changed how his Gamma throws the opponent. It no longer sends like up at all. So it makes Gamma into special action completely not work.
Is that why when I was using him, they kept like falling to the ground immediately?
That is exactly why.
I thought it was just being
changes.
inconsistent. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they removed that combo. Okay.
Yeah, every time he does a grab, they get knocked straight to the ground. It also kind of limits team combos a little bit because it makes it harder to time the grab afterwards.
Yeah.
It might have been done to stop Monoma's shenanigans because you used to be able to do grab after the throw, and it was kind of easy to time. It might have been done because of that. Who knows? The devs don't really communicate. Either way, it's kind of dumb. It hurt him a little bit. It didn't really affect his main playstyle and being an area control type of character, but it made his armored option a little less threatening. Then again, it's still like 150 true damage, so it's still quite threatening. Didn't really hurt him that much, but it just kind of sucks. Also, run space hop on this character. Trust me, you won't regret
Yes, it's really good, bro. Space hop, special action. If you know, like the alpha, like backflip tech, it's great. I love his cancels too. I love his animation cancels. They're so like well implemented. I love it so much.
Oh yeah, he actually has a surprisingly high skill ceiling for a character like him.
It's really great. He's really well designed. Like I feel like he's one of the characters from season 1 that has only consistently gotten more cohesive to play and more well implemented. And I really like the direction they went with him. They never they never did nothing too insane, and they never like giga buffed him from like here to like here. They did like small incremental changes over time that really add up to a great character that's really well respected in terms of design. So I like it a lot.
He hasn't been forgotten like some other characters, like how I was told All Might and stuff like that have. He's been getting consistent changes to help him keep up with the meta, and it's been working. He's getting up there. He's actually going up more from when like he was back in the day. And despite the power creep, he's still managing to go up, which is actually really impressive. And I think the devs have done a really good job with Strike Shiggy. I really like how he is.
Yeah. Yeah, and unless we're talking about like fucking Yellow Kiri attack Dabi, like bro. Oh my god. Speaking of dog shit characters that I don't like how they're implemented. Yeah, this character sucks. I don't like the way he's designed.
Worse than Mount Lady is kind of wild, though.
Not worse than Mount Lady. Let me stop.
I think he's I think you have to put him at least right next to Strike Denki, because at the end of the day, they are both just melee ranged TOD gimmicks. That's kind of what their idea is. I don't like how he's implemented, bro. Like, I'm just gonna talk about this canonically for a second. What the fuck were they thinking? A rock that spawns decay? When does he do that? Yeah, no, he's awful. And yeah, like I don't. They were on shrooms when they were making this character or something. I don't know what the fuck he is, but this is not Shigaraki. I don't count this as a quirk set, bro. This is a fluke. And isn't he like the second quirk set? Was he the first? No, he wasn't the first. Was he the second or third? He was the second, I think. I'm pretty sure it was him, and then I think it was Full Bullet, and then the very next season it was Assault Shiggy, then Rapid Go. Yeah. Yeah, it was Full Bullet, then it was Twice, then it was him, then it was All for One, then it was Rapid Go. Also, can we get back to a season where the skill set drops first before the character? I want to see that again. That was pretty funny. Yellow Shiggy is Yellow Shiggy, just melee TOD gimmick. You die. His TOD gimmick does so much damage, bro. And it's so much. He's just hit stun the character, bro. I would personally say he's better than Strike Denki purely based on the fact that his beta is a projectile that goes into his TOD gimmick, while Strike Denki needs to get close. So she can more easily confirm and do his TOD gimmick. It's like not really like rollable because he could just do beta projectile to start it. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, man. I feel like Strike Denki has more alpha damage. Yeah. And I feel like Strike Denki's more versatile because he can actually attack air opponents decently well. Yellow Shiggy can't really do that. Yeah, that is true. We got Rapid Bakugo running around in modern day, and Assault Shiggy's not really useful against those. he's not hitting them, bro. Alright, a character that I'm going to put him like right here. Beta and Gamma the character. Do not touch Alpha ever, because there's always a Tech Mirio lurking. Also, who is spreading this fucking rumor that he got buffed? He's the same character he was last season and every season before that. Who is, like, his Alpha is not faster, his Beta and Gamma are the same size. Their reload speed definitely didn't get buffed. Yeah, Tech Dabi is still Tech Dabi. He's not different, bro. I will say the devs have been good about a good few characters and not ignoring them and giving them like consistent updates to make them keep up with the cast a bit better. Characters like Tech Dabi and like Assault Kiri, these are the exceptions. These characters go very long periods of time without getting touched. I think the last time Tech Dabi got anything was when he got an extra alpha ammo at 1 to 8, which did absolutely nothing. And then before that, it was a year. He's been left alone for so long, and it's really just unfortunate. That said, I think the main thing that he needs is just, I would say, cutting down his cooldown on beta primarily, cutting his cooldown on special action significantly. Like, both of these are significant, like not 1 or 2 seconds. Like, both of these are like cut in half at least, by the way. I just want that to be known. Beta's cooldown is stupid. Special action's cooldown is like, well, the entire match, level 1 willpower type of shit. No, it's not. It's dumb. You never see Dabi's use it. Like, if you couldn't refresh special action with Plus Ultra, Dabi would never get it more than twice a game. By the way, it is awful for how bad his special reload is. I want it to be like a minute and a half. I don't want it to be like super quick. Yeah. But anyway. Ugh. Genuinely, I want him to be able to use his revive in every team fight, or have a chance to use it in every team fight. Just like every 7 minutes,
It used to be every 10 minutes. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's
People are saying they want like Gamma to have armor, and like I'm not completely against that. People are saying they want Gamma to have a second charge. I am completely against that. I think that's a dumb
Really?
idea. Why are you buffing the best part of his kit? Instead, I want to see them look into the parts of his kit that are actually struggling and falling behind, primarily being his special action, alpha, and beta. I don't think his beta is falling behind too badly, but his beta should be like the design of the character. So I kind of want that to have like a better cooldown and like not necessarily more traps out at once, because 5 is already kind of just enough. But like he should be able to use his traps more often, be like more trap based character, and his alpha just does not work in modern day. It is just not a move that functions.
Rework his alpha, please. Just let him aim in and just shoot it faster. Like, please, bro.
If you could aim in and shoot the alpha like a yellow Deku alpha, he would actually be like really impressive. He'd probably go up to like A tier, like high A off that alone. Because suddenly he has a mid-range presence with his defensive utility. He's able to just throw down a flame wall and start firing alphas, and then suddenly nobody can challenge him. Which, admittedly, yeah, that might be a bit strong. I'm not really sure how much I would like that design. But his alpha just does suck really badly. 48 at level 1.
Yeah.
76 at level 9. It's
so bad. Doesn't it have like a 2-second reload on each charge, or is it 1?
It's like 2 seconds too. It's bad.
Jesus. Yeah, it's terrible across the board. Okay.
And you can't just increase the speed of it, right? That doesn't work either. You have to make it like incredibly fast for that to make sense. Which I don't mind. Making it maybe as fast as like Hawk's unnamed alpha might work. But I don't know, something.
Even that's still a little too slow and be so for real. Will it still keep the tracking part?
Yeah, you keep the tracking, but you don't want it to be.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like super consistent, because then it just becomes yellow Deku with incredible defense, and I'm not really sure how much I'd like that. I think that kind of makes him a bit boring. So making his alpha a bit better might be a good call, but not making him like no knockdown beamer the character with like crazy defense.
Yeah.
That might make him a bit much. That might make him just like better at Tech Shoto, ironically, which is kind of funny.
Or imagine next patch he goes up to here, bruh. That's
never happening.
Yeah, that's too perfect of a world.
Next patch, special actions reload from 7 minutes to 5.
Absolutely.
That's next patch. That's the next patch he gets touched in season 18.
Season 18, bro. Strike Dabi.
Yep.
This character sucks, bro. Honestly, like this character's trash. I will put them like right here, bro. They're right next to each other. They both suck.
Strike Dabi shouldn't be good. He's a very weird character. You'd have to rework him entirely to make him in a spot where he's not absolutely awful to fight. So in that way, I'm really glad he's bad.
Yeah, in current meta, he just doesn't do anything. Isn't his beta like still bugged? It was never really bugged for me. I always assumed like it was ping dependent, but like I never
ran into that issue.
Yeah, I know a lot of people did run into it though, so I'm assuming it's like ping dependent. And I'm in the tri-state area, so I have like really great ping. This character still sucks though. Like I feel like my most favorite part of his kit is the way his alpha works. I like that it like climbs over objects. And I don't know. I like that it's like Strike Shiggy, but like it's not really better, but like it has vertical height to it, so it makes it a little bit more versatile. I don't like that this character is literally just, you cannot play the game if you do not have Crazy Torch on. This character is bottom 1 if you don't have Gamma on. Like it's no question. This character is terrible without Gamma on.
He's absolutely awful.
I don't like that. I don't. He's definitely the worst case of like the characters with like status buffs, and like them being too reliant on it. He's a really weird one.
I want to bring up something that's actually like pretty funny with him real quick. They made a change to pretty much like every alpha or like every like low knockdown projectile in the game. And they made them all go from like 10 down power to 25 or 50 depending on their hit rate or whatever.
Yeah.
Strike Dabi and Assault Shiggy's alphas were actually the only ones of like the no knockdown like projectile type of moves that did not get that same treatment. So Strike Dabi, if you do not have Gamma up and you just tap Alpha, that is still actually 10 down power per, which is actually really funny. It makes him kind of unique in some team combo situations. It ends up not really mattering much.
Yeah.
But another thing I do want to bring up, there was actually a change with him at one point that not a lot of people are acknowledging, and they made a change where his armor appears later on during the beta, and I would argue this is the biggest nerf he's ever gotten, because it meant that his beta no longer has priority over things, and it gave characters an option other than rolling to challenge it. Now you can challenge it with a simple stagger or knockback move, and it'll work, and he can't really do anything off of that. You sure, he'll still kick you up in the air a little bit, but if you stun him, you're not going into the full grab, and at most he's maybe getting like an alpha or two, which is still, you know, not awful, but you're cutting back on his damage significantly just by playing around him right and like using your moves properly, and you could very easily get like positive trades against him, which is something that was very hard to do before because his beta, you couldn't roll it. It had really good priority due to nature just being a grab.
Yeah.
But now it was an armored grab, which was a big issue. And now that that's kind of gone, he ends up struggling a lot more. Cause again, every character can kind of just trade with him now. Like, I think you can use Strike Denki Gamma, and if you time it right, you can trade with him and do a full stun combo, which is really funny.
Yeah, it's really funny and really stupid.
It ruined Strike Dabi a lot, but I like the change because it gave him more counterplay.
Yeah. I want to see Alpha, well, Charge Alpha's down power go down. I don't like that it's a 3-hit knockdown. I don't know. I would also like it so he gets a little bit more Alpha ammo at lower levels, so you can do 3 fully charged Alphas instead of only 2.
Yeah.
But I would like him to be a little bit more alpha dependent. Oh, almost forgot this one. I want him to be able to force his big explosion. I want him to be able to hold down his gamma button and do the final explosion on command instead of having it be automatic. I feel like that gives him a little bit more versatility, and it helps him just in a lot better situation. So he's not just I beta you, and if I fail, then I can't do anything. I
think Strike Dabi needs to rework. I would like to see the I want to see no gamma boosted be a bit better, but that change that you made, the suggestion of a gamma like boost, I really actually do like that a lot. But I want to see his gamma cooldown increase if that's like the case.
Yeah.
But so make it less reliant on gamma.
Yeah, his gamma cooldown is like
200 damage AoE move like that also blocks projectiles might be just a tad bit too much.
Because it's like what, like, okay, so it starts reloading as you're in the pose to let go of the explosion, right? So that means by the time you're able to act again, you have to wait, what, 2-3 seconds? It's the same case with, like, Strike Total Gamma. So I would increase that by literally 2 to 3 seconds and have it reload after the explosion is over. So it's not spammable.
His Gamma basically doesn't have a cooldown.
Yeah. He's always burning, which I don't really like that take on his design. I mean, he kind of needs it with the way his kit works, which is fine, I guess. But if you want to rework him, nerf that part. But,
Also, I like how the idea of the character was to be a glass cannon, but his gamma doesn't burn his health at all, and his HP is not a problem.
Yeah, he has 350, and his gamma takes 2 health per second, so it's nothing. Tech Toga. I would put her, like, honestly, I don't think she's B tier material. I think she's, like, around, like, here.
You play her like a beamer. I mean...
Yeah, that is true. I play her like a beamer.
Play her like a beamer that just spams, like, special actions when it's convenient. Like, honestly, it might be crazy to say, but in, like, comp settings, Reinforced Revive Tech Toga might be a very funny and optimal build. If you just see an Ibara running around, you steal their blood, grab it, and, like, do Reinforced Revives. Maybe Animo can send in VC chat. Does Reinforced Revive work if you transform into somebody that doesn't have it?
I'm pretty sure.
I'd imagine it would. It does? Okay. Yeah. So turning her into a revive bot could be a very funny build idea for her in comp settings, but that's not going to work in, like, general ranked play because there's no way you're going to consistently find enough revives for that to make sense.
Yeah.
Still a funny build, though, and would probably work in comp settings and all that. Mm-hmm. Either way, she's yellow Deku with a bit worse mobility and a transform gimmick that is admittedly pretty good. I think that's fine. Tech Toga Gamma does not miss against an Ibara, bro. You just catch the Ibara during an alpha, and she's completely still. It's not that bad, Animo. It's not that unusable. And remember, you have two of them.
It does run itself into the ground, right?
It has some problems, yeah. But if you're fighting a completely still target, it's gonna hit them.
Bro said you don't know what I've been through. Bro, it can't be that bad. It's not that terrible. But
it is bad. You're probably not hitting a Cementoss with it, and you're damn sure not hitting a Froppy with it.
yeah, no.
But the Ibara, the most common revive character, yeah, you'll probably hit her with it pretty consistently.
Yeah. Rapid Toga. I put her like here. I think she's
I
right
would. I'm gonna say full bullet's better.
Really?
Yeah. Rapid Toga kind of just gets melted. She has crazy lag. Her mobility is honestly not that great.
I think the fact she can just transform from a 100 and like a 100 and what 40, 50 damage option and turn into anyone in the game. I feel like that puts her above him though.
Yeah. But the problem is when you're fighting against good players, you're not gonna catch that one person by themselves. You're instead gonna gamma into a full 3-stack and get Shoto beta into Deku Alpha and die. That's what's gonna happen.
Bro, you gotta catch him in the air, bro.
Yeah, you do 120 damage to one person on their team and you die for it. That's Rapid Toga.
It can't be that bad, bro. Like, she can't be that terrible.
In general ranked play, it's usually not that bad. But if you play her in like 3-stack lobbies, like not even like comp settings, yeah, it's probably going to be about that bad. Because she just doesn't have safe options. She kind of just has to go in every single time, and she does not have the health or mobility to escape it every single time.
I would like
she ends up just kind of dying.
I would like her to be reworked a bit in terms of I would like Gamma's range to go down, but I would like her to have momentum on the end of the slash so she actually feels like a rapid and feels more fluid to play. And just help her with her stiffness a lot, because she does just have end lag. I don't like rapids that have just a lot of end lag. It doesn't make them feel like a rapid.
I want to give her the ability to cancel or to not go in with Gamma Slash. Like, you just hit the first hit, you pull them slightly towards you, but not a whole lot, but then you just stay there. You get your 40 damage. That way she'd have a way to, like, poke somebody for blood and not get herself killed. I think that could be neat.
I guess that makes sense. Like, you tap it to do, like, the needle, and then you hold it to do the slash, maybe?
Something like that, yeah. I think that could be neat.
Yeah,
it would help a lot with her
one of the S tiers that
problem.
Need to rework. Yeah.
Like, I mentioned a reinforced revive build for Tech Toga that doesn't really work for Rapid, because every time Rapid tries to die for the blood, she dies. So you can't really run that same strategy on her to the same effectiveness. It's actually one of the few things Tech Toga is actually better at. Kind of funny.
I would say, yeah, she's definitely one of the S tiers that could use a rework. Just not really like direct nerfs per se. Just a rework is more in order. But that's all I really got to say for Rapid Toga. For Mr. Compress, bro. After the momentum change, I want to put his ass up here, bro.
I think he's better than Strike Bakugo.
Really? Yeah, I want to put him like towards up here. He's crazy.
Stagger Alpha with an insane fire rate. Basically no cooldown on his Alpha, let's be real. A Gamma cooldown that is half what it should be. Mobility. Like, have you just, like, ignored, like, the air melee stuff to let him go, like, twice as far for some reason? Have you just seen, like, what raw Gamma does for his, like, momentum? Because he's able to, like, shift so far left and right. You do not hit him when he's doing that.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Compress has been stupid for a long time, but this momentum change is just, like, waking people up to, like, how dumb he already is.
Is it wild to say that I think Compress would have been, like, very high S+ tier if we only assume that he has Alpha 7, Gamma 9, and we assume he doesn't have that issue of needing levels? I think he would be up there next to, like, Rapid Deku type of strong.
That's a little wild. I'm gonna be so for real, no life. You might be.
Yeah, if we're just assuming off spawn he has trucks and 2 Gammas. That's what I'm saying.
Off spawn, then yeah, maybe. I feel like off spawn with that theory like right here maybe. Like
Yeah,
right
around
here.
that range. Yeah.
Yeah. But like right now, momentum change brought him from like right here for me, to like up here, bro. He went up a tier. Like you just do gamma air melee and you go from what like mall to damn near nature. Like it's so stupid.
It's
Or
not.
from,
It's
like,
not quite
mall to
that
be-
far, but
yeah, no,
two
like
gammas,
mall to
yeah, it's about
beach.
that far.
Yeah, from like mall to like middle of beach maybe. Like it's crazy. So dumb.
This character's gamma. I really liked how back in the day his gamma did not have armor. It really
Yeah.
made a lot of sense. It gave him counterplay. I really hated when they decided to just say, instead of let's buffing the problematic parts, let's just remove his counterplay. That's a boring direction to take a character, and it made him really stupid. I really do not like that change. I wish that they remove gamma. Honestly, I want them to remove Gamma's super armor, and I want them to make Gamma not reload until he touches the ground. And then maybe after that he would be fine. I think if you remove the stagger from his alpha, he kind of ends up losing part of what makes compress in this game. So I think he kind of needs to keep it, no matter how annoying it is. But I think the rest of his kit, or the rest of the spam ability, particularly on Gamma, could probably go down.
I would also like his gamma reworked, where I know SB said this before, but I want to adopt his idea, where like you tap it for the smoke screen, and then you hold it for the dash. I would like that. I would like to actually be able. I don't play the character, but that would actually probably encourage me to play the character, where he could actually use like the smoke as a good tool. Because even if you like aim the gamma down to like use it as a smoke screen, you literally
The
dash out
landing
of
lag.
it. Yeah, like you literally dash out of it. You can't go straight down and just stay where you are. Like it still pushes
If you do
forward.
go straight down, you're stuck completely
Yeah.
still for like a full second. It's so dumb. You can't just use the smoke as like
Yeah.
a distraction tool. You use it as like a way to make it easier to hide your marble. But fun fact, actually, since they made a change that allows you to take damage and it'll like tell you the direction of the opponent, if
You
you,
can
let
know
yourself
where-
get hit by the smoke, you know
Yeah.
where he went.
Yeah.
Really funny. It's really stupid, but it's really funny.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
Fun fact, actually, a little Tech Dabi thing, by the way. If you run into a Tech Dabi trap and he's all the way across the map, it'll point you in the direction of where he is.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's real funny. That's really funny.
It's like so useless because you're never gonna find a Tech Dabi that's across the map from his trap, but is a thing that does exist.
Also,
And it
increase
exists for every trap-based move.
Increase Tech Dabi's trap limit. 5? That's it? Give him like 10. Low-key. Aizawa. I feel like he has been getting power crept. Oh, we haven't gotten a Shinsooooooooooooo yet, have we? Okay, we'll get to him.
I don't think he's S plus tier anymore. I think S plus is probably gonna be Tamaki.
I feel like he'll be like top of S tier. I think he's better than Ibara. But like,
I think he struggles against stacks very heavily because he very much so just gets punished for everything that he does. Like his alpha backflip, it's fairly easy to predict that, hit it with alphas. His beta is a fairly like linear path, so you can pretty much like you can hit him out of that pretty easily as well. His gamma literally keeps him perfectly still. If it wasn't for the fact that gamma blocks projectiles, that'd be like the most vulnerable move in the game, like prominence burn type of shit. It'd be bad.
yeah.
And his special action, admittedly, is still pretty good. I want special action to have a penalty start span added to it.
Yeah.
Which that means when you click it, it takes like X amount of time for it to begin its reload, so that way tap special is less prominent. Maybe like 4 seconds or so on it.
I really
But in
don't
exchange,
like
you can
how,
maybe make hold a bit better.
Yeah. I don't like how when you use special action on him, your quirk is disabled for a longer amount of time than he is holding his eyes open for. I think that's dumb. I think that needs to go. I feel like that's really stupid that his erasure has end lag. Like, why? Like, if he just does tap special on you, your quirk is disabled for like 2 extra seconds than for when he's actually like tapping the special for, which is really stupid in my opinion. I don't like that part of his kit. I really hate it so much because it makes fighting him just absolutely terrible.
Also, can air output not do 200? Is that too much to ask for?
Yeah. Maybe a down
kinda
power
dumb.
increase on gamma as well.
If you do a down power increase on Gamma, you kind of ruin it, like a lot of his team combo potential. Gamma's already 10 down power per hit, and it hits like 15 times or some shit like that,
Yeah.
which is a lot, to be honest. I think the hit rate should probably go down a little bit. I don't know why they ever shadow buffed it and then just completely pretended they never did that. That was kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's all we gotta say for Aizawa. We don't have much to say about him. He's Aizawa.
Yeah.
Everyone knows he's strong. Strike Endeavor. I'll put him bottom of S. He's actually pretty good.
Yeah, Flame Spear kind of carries the character hard, but
Yeah.
you can't really deny like 180 like ranged burst option like that.
Does a lot
It's
of
like
damage.
if you took a Bara Alpha, and you removed the lag on it, and you gave it a massive AoE.
Yeah.
Like that's
If you
that's
can hit
Flame
your
Spear.
spears, bro, you're one of the best characters in the lobby. If there's not like any S plus characters in there.
Also, I don't care what anybody says, special action for the Endeavors has been over buffed to a ridiculous degree. The startup
Valid.
of it only costing 10% is ridiculous. The air melee allowing it to carry momentum, I think that's cool, but again, that combined with the 10% startup is ridiculous. The being able to jump in the air is really stupid. His special action, it used to be the part of the kit that everybody was like, please buff, please buff, please buff. Buff his special action, please. I'm glad they did. They went too far. It should not reload in the air. The startup cost should be at least 15%. I would maybe even go as far as to say 20%. And maybe you can increase the flight speed a little bit. But that's... It's been overbuffed. I think his special needs changed. It's ridiculous. It's more prominent on Assault Endeavor, by the way.
Assault
We'll get to it in a
Endeavor
second.
is crazy, man. Yeah, Assault Endeavor. I'm just gonna put him right here. Yeah, I would say here's a good spot to put him. He's insane.
Can we give his beta down power, please?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
50 on a stagger from range? Really? Like, are we trying to power creep
Why
rapid
can he
Ochaco here?
cast it from so far away, bro? He cast it from way too
Why?
far away.
Ironically, the part of his move that we all thought was going to be the most broken part in like Prominence Nova is like the part that like it's kind of strong, but it's not really the problematic issue of the character. It ends
Yeah.
up being kind of like eh. The main issue with him is fucking Hell's Curtain because it hits through walls.
Yeah.
The cooldown on it's rather forgiving. It does like 150 damage by itself and true combos into an alpha at least. You know, another one easily attainable.
Mhm.
And it has no doubt. Like, if you catch somebody with the like ring of it next to a wall,
Yeah,
they're
they get ping
dead.
ponged over and over again. Yeah, they can't do nothing.
they get infinitely staggered. It's dumb.
Also, I think it has the same problem Strike Toto has. Why does it reload as it's up? That makes it basically have almost infinite uptime. It's so stupid. It lasts for
Fortunately,
what,
it doesn't
like,
actually block projectiles.
yeah, no. You would think it would, but it doesn't. What is the uptime on it? Like 7 I know it's like 6-7 seconds. That's not. I'm not trying to do the meme. by the way, but,
Let's
like,
just say it's probably
yeah.
up for like 90% of the cooldown at least.
Yeah,
at
it's
level
up
9.
for a very, very long time of the cooldown. They need to work harder on cooldowns, man. They don't try with cooldowns at all when developing these characters.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get to Tamaki later.
Oh boy, this guy twice.
Very similar case to Assault All Might. He just doesn't
Yeah.
have anything going for him
Yeah.
anymore. His gimmick before was that he was a TOD gimmick, but now he doesn't have that. So why would you ever pick him over... the only advantage that I would say he has in modern day are clones, which suck,
Mm-hmm.
and his range, which if you want somebody with that crazy range, why don't you just look... Why don't you go up 3 characters, Emro? Not on the tier list, but just go straight up.
Oh, those
Yeah.
straight up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, straight up. Strike Toto. Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's also
Yeah.
Tech Toga, Assault Deku, Ibara. Like, if you're looking for crazy range, there's better alternatives.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy to say Tech Toga is one of those.
Texoga's alpha's great, bro, if you get your shots.
Yeah. Twice. I mean, I think they should. I know y'all might not like this interpretation, but I think his combo should return. But I think they should change how his alpha works, where if you cancel his alpha, any further knives after the cancel do not come out. So if you knock him down, like when he fires 2 knives before the third one comes out, the third knife doesn't happen. Or if he does alpha gamma, he could do, if he does the gamma after 2 knives come out, he only gets those 2 knives but not the third. Which would mean that his combos would lose a significant portion of damage. If you could say time it to get 2 knives in between, he's losing out on like 70 damage per combo, probably a bit more. He's losing out probably closer to 100. And if you could only get 1 knife, then that's like 150, 200 damage range loss of his combos. Which, don't get me wrong, with his old damage, that's still going to hurt. But it means he actually has something going for him, which is what he doesn't have right now, what he needs.
Yeah. Twice just needs a rework, bro, but the point of him, like, getting the rework that I want for him, just make a new skill set for him. Also, how hasn't he gotten a skill set yet? Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, they could make such a insane skill set of this character. Like, if anybody in the comments knows, like, Mirage from Apex, like, just copy that and you have a peak skill set. It's peak, right? Like, they could do so much fun shit with this character skill set, but they're just, it's not even in the files. Instead, we got Aizawa.
Yeah,
we got
like...
Kendo. We fucked the villains, am I right? Don't worry, he'll get a Final War Arc version. In Season 17.
Bro, I really... Bro, give me my clone slingshot, man. I want that. I'm not gonna stop saying that.
Not happening.
I want a clone slingshot, bro. And the more clones you have, it takes you farther. Bro, I can't make that shit, bro. I can't make that.
You're not.
You want me to become a dev real quick, bro? I want my clone slingshot. I want him
skill set.
I want them to do what you said, where like his alpha is just like a clone running at you, and like you could probably like hold it down to do more clones or something. It would be so funny.
Hilarious. Anyway, we've talked about Twice.
All for one. I think he is a very strong contender for like maybe like here.
Yeah.
He's pretty.
His
he's
beta
really
is
good.
really dumb.
Yeah, he's really good. His beta is crazy, man. His gamma is really good against air opponents, and we have a lot more air opponents nowadays. And
I'll say he's just well positioned into current meta. AFO himself isn't insanely strong, but he has at least decent matchups into pretty much every character above him, which puts him in a very good spot in modern meta. He's well positioned.
Yeah. I love how his kit flows into itself. He feels very well designed.
Can we give Charge Alpha down power?
Can we give him the ability to level up his stolen quirks, or at least have those stolen quirks... Actually, just have those stolen quirks copy his current levels.
Yeah, literally just go full Monoma.
Yeah.
I don't understand why for Toga and AFO they don't just do that. Like, I think that's the best option realistically. Rapid Toga might start doing like 4-4-4 and then like alpha maxing or something like that. You know, whatever. Like, it might change level pathing around, admittedly, but I think that's probably the best design. Because then if AFO gets like Ida quirk off spawn, he can just gamma max if he wants to and make use of Recipro. I think that's cool. He should be able to do that. He shouldn't be stuck with Ida at 1-2-1.
Rapid Mirio. Honestly, he's like here now with the momentum change.
I think Strike Shiggy is better, but I do like the spot that you have him pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's because I think Strike Shiggy should go up a tier. But, you know, that's
shouldn't.
a different argument.
No, bro.
I'll stand by it. I think he's S.
No.
Anyway.
Bro.
Rapid the Million, he's dumb, but they actually, I really like the direction they gave him. They made his down power on full melee really low, which has bad implications for another certain character that we'll get to next. But for Rapid Mirio, I actually really like it. He's allowed to do air melee, full melee into alpha hit for a guard break, or he can just do full melee, alpha 1 into beta or gamma, which does a lot of damage. It gave him what he needed, guard break combos. Now, additionally, the momentum change was also very monumental for him. Acceleration also works really well for him. He has a lot going for him right now, and a lot of small things that stacked up in this season to make him go from mid B tier to a very strong A tier character.
Yeah, he went up an entire tier, bro. It was crazy.
I like the direction that they took him. Now, can we just please never touch him again?
We don't want to turn him into this character, who we'll talk about now. Hold on, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, make another tier. Make
yeah,
make another one.
Nah, I'm not making another. Like, do like salesman, like the Gap tier.
Yeah, honestly, I think there is a strong argument for him having that.
Yeah, his character's.
All right, Emerald, he's your main. I'm gonna let you start it off.
Yeah, he's the best character in the game by far. I can't gaslight the community on this one. He's absolutely stupid. His alpha, Jesus Christ, might be the best skill in the game. If you're on if you did not know, on high FPS, his invincibility is actually entirely invincible. If you are continually, I think it's what is it, no life? If you dash in the same direction the entire time, you are invincible for the entire time.
No, if you are literally just holding alpha and moving around, you does not have to be the same direction at all.
Okay, so yeah, if you are just holding alpha in any direction for the entire time, he is actually invincible. It does not matter whether it shows you having permeation or not. On high FPS, he is invincible the entire time. It's actually stupid. An Endeavor can do Prominence Burn, and you can dash through the entire thing on high FPS and not get hit a single time.
Can I send you the clip, Emerald, so you can put it in the video?
Yeah, send me the clip, yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to you in a bit.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty stupid. Whoever says his beta doesn't do good damage, you're stupid. It does like 150, 160 if you hit a lot of the ticks. It's really dumb. You could also true combo into alpha. Do I even have to talk about Gamma?
Move.
Do I even have to talk about Gamma?
I'll
let you do it, No Life. You can do it.
Yeah. Okay, don't worry. I got a big rant. All right. First off, 300 health. Really? Are we serious? Second off, Space Hub. Why does that Giga buff his upward momentum? Why is that even a thing? I kind of like it, but we need to keep that in mind when we're balancing the character, instead of just completely ignoring the fact that tuning exists when we release him. Alpha, they reduced his down power before he came out. I kind of like it. At the same time, can we fucking nerf him? Like Emerald said, if you're on a lower frame rate than, or if you're on a higher frame rate than your opponent and you're on Tech Mirio, you're literally invincible, but if your opponent is also on Tech Mirio, they're not. There's a frame where you can hit them. Which means that if you're say fighting a Tamaki who's on 60 FPS, right, which is so they're moving out their gamma or whatever, and you're on PC with like 120 FPS, you could alpha permeate and just hold alphas, and the Tamaki cannon cannot hit you at all. But if you're on 120 and the Mirio is on 60, you get hit by the Tamaki cannon. It is the stupidest thing in this game. I'll stand by that. It should not work like that. Yep. Actually, second stupidest thing in the game. Don't worry, he has the stupidest thing in the game as well. We'll get to that in just a second. Beta. Beta is a heavily under-talked about move. Admittedly, it is the weakest part of his kit. That does not mean it is bad. If you tune it with a simple beta damage, suddenly each of the small hits now does 4 instead of 3. And because of that, now it's doing 170 if you did the whole thing. Admittedly, at level 1, it's kinda ass. But it kinda should be, with how strong the rest of his kit is. Anywho, let's get to Gamma. Yeah, everybody's favorite skill, just wait it out, right? That move fundamentally changes how you play the game against Tech Mirio.
Yeah.
People don't think about this. People just think, oh wait, bait out the counter and then punish them. Which, fun fact, by the way, the iframes on Gamma are also inaccurate and does last a little bit longer than it should.
Yeah, like on the pose that he's like ending, where he's like turning back around to face you, he still has iframes.
Yeah, that's also dumb. But the simple fact that it forces a yellow Deku that's, say, looking at him to not shoot more than 1 or 2 alphas or risk getting countered, that amount of value is much more than the general community is willing to accept. The fact that you are taking a risk by hitting him in any way is stupid. His counter should not be max range. Like, oh, it doesn't go across the entire map. Yes, it fucking does. Practically, yeah, it does. If it can counter Yellow Deku Snipe Shot, it counters everything from every range. Not to mention, it doesn't have a counter, whether you hit it or not. Like, it doesn't have a cooldown at all.
Yeah.
It should have a 10-second cooldown at least that procs whether you hit or miss it. Its damage. Why? Okay, can you pull up its damage scaling really fast?
Yeah, it's
I think it's the dumbest damage scaling in the game.
It gets an extra 100 damage.
Yeah, it gets 10 per level, except for level 9 where it gets 15 for some stupid fucking reason.
Where's the damage?
Being additional damage values, yeah.
Yeah, 125 to 220.
Yeah, 125 should be like level 7 values, by the way. Oh, also, this is technically wrong, because you know level 2 does 170?
Yeah, level 2
because
is
the
bugged.
devs can't code shit right,
Yeah.
apparently. And again, this is another move that I mentioned with Strike Kiri. Frame data. This shit is instant. You can do it on reaction. Fun fact, actually, it is faster than a roll. You can use it to combo break certain characters that you normally... Like, let's say, for example, you're on GP, and a Tech Denki does a beta. The disc, we'll say the first disc hits you, and it staggers you for 10 damage. No character can get out of that, except for Tech Mirio. Because Tech Mirio's counter is so fast that it comes out before the rest of the discs hit you. This is instant. It comes out immediately. That is dumb. Look at any counter in any other video game. They do not come out immediately like that. And you want to know why? Because they're prediction tools, not reaction tools. That's the point of a counter. This move is so badly implemented into the game that I don't even know how to begin to fix it. I mean, I would probably start by cutting its damage down to like 100 to like maybe 140 at max level, and then its cooldown should be 10 to 8 seconds most, and its startup it should be like yellow Kendo beta. Even then, I would say it probably should be longer than that, so you can't use it on reaction against certain moves. The iframes should match the visual. That goes for alpha and gamma, by the way. Oh, and you thought I was done? No. Of course I'm not done. Special action dash, 25%? Really? That just basically means that if he has a teammate available, he always has a get out of jail free card. Oh, hey, would you look at that? I broke his willpower. I'm gonna finally kill the Mirio guy, and he's gone.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
Oh, don't worry. He dashed to the wrong teammate. Oh, don't worry. You know, he's gone again.
And they also buffed it, actually, so that he goes through every single type of building now, and it doesn't take the ammo until it actually reaches the target.
Alright,
well,
I'm going to mention this a little separately just in case you don't want to add it to the video. But, yeah, infinite permeation still exists. Won't share how? Still a thing.
It's just heavily nerfed.
Yeah, it's heavily nerfed, but it is still very much so a thing. Anyway, Tech Mirio, make him 250. Alpha, make the permeation actually match his, like, the visual, instead of lasting a little bit longer. Additionally, maybe consider reducing the ammo or changing how the permeation functions to cost extra ammo. Which, fun fact, that's a param in the files. That's not hard for them to do. They can do that in any update. They just don't.
We can do it. They literally have the value set to 0 extra ammo.
Yeah.
I could literally do it right now.
Permeation should not give as much momentum as it does now. I don't like how high the space hop crap goes. That's really dumb. I think it should go high. I like that it has unique synergy. I don't like that it doubles the height of Space Hop. That is stupid.
Yeah.
Additionally, I don't think you should ever have this much range to begin with on Alpha. I think that should also be changed, but that's not going to be changed because they don't touch range, which, fair enough. We're kind of just going to have to deal with it at this point. Fire rate.
Have they ever
maybe you
touched
could
the
touch
range
that.
of an Alpha?
No, I don't think. I think the only thing they ever touched maybe was Strike Dabi's Hold Alpha, and even then I never felt it.
Yeah.
Now, Beta. I would actually leave Beta alone with the only exception that I would make tuning not work for each of the small hits. Just straight up not at all. I don't like how popping one Beta attack on it essentially increases his Beta by like 15% because it increases each of the small hits individually.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
It
I would
takes
just make the
3 to
small hits
4.
not scale with tuning. I'd make them not scale with tuning or strike passives, HP tag, GP tag, doesn't matter. None of that would scale those small ticks. They'd be flat 3. That's how I would design it. And maybe you could change the scaling on it a little bit as well, so it could stay under the ground a little bit longer at level 1, but keep level 9 the same. Maybe that, but you know, that's a small change. Gamma, I mentioned Gamma's changes earlier. Damage needs to go down. Startup needs to be longer. Range, I also don't think it should be any longer than Mount Lady Alpha range. That shit should not counter projectiles. That's also kind of not the point of counters. That's a reflector. That's what Compressed Beta should do. Compressed Beta has the downside of not reflecting close quarters moves. That's a balancing factor. They didn't give that to Tech Mirio Gamma. They just said, fuck it, let's make them counter everything. That should be changed. Fun fact, that was shadow buffed this season for some reason. Didn't need it. Moving on. Gamma should have a cooldown. Special Action Dash should cost 50%. But I also think Special Action Tap, maybe you could give him the 7 seconds back. Now that the FPS thing is fixed, instead of it being 5 seconds at all, you can make it 7. Maybe give him better cooldown on Special Action to make him a bit less, or a bit more permeation on Special reliant. Either way, I think Tech Mirio is the worst implementation of a character we've ever seen. I think he's absolute ass.
Yeah.
He needs... If I were a developer and I saw some of the responses to Tech Mirio, I would genuinely disable him, refund people, and then re-release him later with a lot of adjustments.
Disable him is crazy.
Also, why
bro.
do we give Mirio a Air Force Alpha? Why?
I don't
Why?
fucking know, bro. Bro, when
Also-
when I logged on and Buckwheat told me to look at his like alpha like skill like image, and I saw him shoot an air bullet with his fist out, I genuinely cried inside. I was like, what the fuck? Why are we giving him Air Force? Bro, who's gonna have Air Force next? Like, oh my
Also,
God. So
think about this
stupid.
just on paper for a second, right? Imagine being a developer looking at another developer and you said, what if we just took Mount Lady Alpha, but we made it invincible?
And the other one's like,
Who
I like the
greenlit
way you
that?
think.
Who greenlit that shit? Also, not to mention, it has a better DPS than Mount Lady Alpha, actually, and triple the range, at least, probably more.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
It's like they tried everything they possibly could to make this character as broken as possible. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say he's better than Prime Hawks. Fortunately,
yeah, no, he's better.
he takes
He's
a lot
definitely
more
better.
effort than Hawks
Yeah.
does to be top 1. I will say Prime Hawks and Prime Tech Mirio, they took about the same amount of effort to get max value from, but Prime Hawks, you could be top 1 by playing like a dumbass. Tech Mirio, you can't do that. If you play like a dumbass, you're not getting away with being top 1. But if you could play this character right, you are going to make people rage quit, and have probably been the cause of multiple people uninstalling the game.
Yeah. He's so stupid. Alright, bro. I think we spent like 10 minutes on that one character.
Yeah, no, he needs it. The community needs to stop saying, just bait out the counter. No, fuck that. The counterplay should not be, don't hit him.
Yeah.
Do you not see the problem?
The counterplay is I can't fight back.
That's not good design. That kind of shouldn't be how it works. Anyway, let's move on. I could be
Alright.
here all day. I don't want your video to be half Tech Mirio. As much as I hate that character.
Overhaul. I would say he's like top of B, maybe.
Yeah,
I would say
honestly.
I would say Momo's better, low key. Yeah, I think Momo's
Mm,
better. Honestly, I think Momo's better.
I think Overhaul actually has a lot of untapped potential right now because we don't see a lot of Overhauls healing their teammates, surprisingly, which is, you know, I would honestly say probably the strongest part of his kit. Like, could you imagine the Rapid Ochaco on your teams that just got really weak? They got, like, comboed by Strike Hawks or some shit, and then they're getting chased across the map. Just come to me for a second. Heal ya. All right, now we're good. Now let's fuck up this Hogs. Like, that's value. That's insane value. And Special Action Reload is also really good on this character. I would
Oh, yeah.
genuinely say he's, like, A tier. Or, like, low end of A. Like, I'd put him next to, like, Tech Toga type of A.
Every overhaul I've seen is like every overhaul I see is like on a consistent basis is like.
Yeah, every
kinda
overhaul
trash.
is just stuck in season 5 when Gamma heal yourself. Gamma was like all he did.
Yeah.
You cannot get away with that anymore. You have to play the character much more carefully. Also, can we buff his alpha? 75 is pitiful.
One thing I also want to notice about or say about his gamma is that I don't like the way the cooldown is managed on it. Hold on, let me check. I know that it is really weird in terms of like the way the penalty cooldown
Is it one of
works.
those skills that you want to just mash and put on penalty?
Yes, because each one is 11 to 10 seconds.
Ooh, yeah, I'd change that.
And then the penalty, I think the penalty is actually 11 seconds. So it's better to just put it on penalty rather than just wait for each charge. Which
That's
is,
bad design. Yep.
Yes,
I'd
really
change that.
bad design. I don't like that at all. I really hate that.
Also, can we just give him a second Gamma at all levels? Like, Gamma
Yeah.
1 sucks anyway. You're Gamma maxing regardless. Why do you gotta make his level 1 game even that much more ass? Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's about it. Rapid Hawks. I
Rapid
would put
Hawks
you
B.
at- Oh shit! I was gonna upscale him a little bit.
I do not think he is good. I think that character is really falling behind.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably the worst actual Rapid. Twice does not count. He's not a fucking Rapid. That character's tech. That character is a tech, alright? I don't care what anybody... I don't care what the role type says, Twice is tech. Anyway, moving on.
I don't think Twice falls into any role type. I just think he's just there. I think he just exists.
I
bro.
mean, makes sense for his character. But anyway, Rapid Hawks, he's just so unintuitive to play now. I personally used to like his playstyle a lot. I still do like his playstyle. But the issue with him is that even when you're playing him, like, optimally, he's still just ass. He sucks.
Yeah.
And he's I want to make a comparison to Assault All Might here for a second, because both of those characters were extremely oppressive at one point in time. Obviously, Hawk's much more so. I won't deny that. But the problem is that they kept doing the wrong nerfs after a while. Like, All Might, when he first dropped, the nerfs that they started with were alpha damage, alpha ammo, stuff like that. Made sense. Hawks, when he first dropped, the first thing they started with nerfing him a season later was beta damage, which, fair. Well, they hit the knockdown first, and then they did damage, because apparently they thought 280 damage was fine. Anyway, yeah, so they started hitting the beta damage, and they got his beta down to a point that was, like, solid, and then, for some reason, they nerfed it again. And then they nerfed gamma damage, and then they nerfed alpha damage. You know what the problem was at that point in time? Melee. The ability to cancel melee into beta was the issue. It wasn't beta's damage. It was the fact that melee was such a good setup for it. Instead of nerfing melee, they nerfed everything else about his kit. So when they finally touched his melee, everything else about his kit is ass. So he sucks. He did very similar to Assault All Might. They refused to do the change that they needed to make, and in the process ended up making him absolute ass once they finally did do that change. Also, alpha scaling. If you can't pull it up real quick, it is.
Okay. Yeah, from what was it, from 10 to 14 to 18 per feather?
Yeah.
Like, are we?
Look
Oh,
at
that's not
this.
it. Like, what is this? From 10, 14, 8.
You might as well make it go up by one each level at this rate.
At this
like,
point,
come
like
on.
11, 12, 13. Yeah. Honestly,
I
would,
liked how it was
would
alpha scaled before.
I would make this from 14 to 18 to maybe 20. Yeah.
I would say
I
start
think it's
at 14. That seems like a good level 1 value.
Yeah.
And then up to 17 and then 20 to make sure it scales up evenly from like 1 to 4 and then 4 to 9.
Yeah.
Or you could go 18, 22. I mean, 22 might be a bit high because that makes his alpha do a little bit too much damage. After tuning, it'd probably do 25 per hit, which means it guard breaks with a full knockdown, which might be a bit much.
I want to see the homing part of his alpha actually be good and reliable and viable. I would like that. I would like there to be some differences in damage in comparison to the homing and the normal bullet. I don't like that they're both the same amount of damage. I feel like that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Also, look at Gamma's reload real quick.
Oh yeah, Gamma's reload is terrible, bro. This is 10 seconds to 9. Doesn't even go up at level 9.
Yeah, and he only gets a third charge at level 9.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, the penalty, not much better.
Yeah, the penalty's what, like 15
This is not
seconds?
one of those moves that's... Yeah, the penalty is like 15. This is not one of those moves that you just mash and put on penalty, because the penalty also sucks ass.
Yeah.
I think the penalty at level 9 is like 18 seconds. It's ridiculous. The penalty sucks ass.
Yeah, it's really bad. Would you want a beta damage buff on the first initial hit?
I want the first hit to go back to what it was before they nerfed it, but you can keep the second hit how it was after the nerf.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking like the first one where it did 100 on the initial hit. I mean like when it did like 80.
Oh.
Like look at it now.
It does do 80 now.
Yeah, 80 at level 9, but
Oh. I don't know. I feel like this shit hits like a pool noodle now if you don't have it maxed out. There's no incentive
at
to max
level
it out
1,
either.
yeah.
Yeah.
At level 1, because 60 plus 8, like the slash doing 80, bro, that's a yellow Deku alpha. Like, that's awful.
I think
Genuinely.
level 1 it should be like 95, and then this should scale up to 130.
I think the slash should go back to what it was after the first damage nerf, where it did 100 to 150, but maybe you can keep the first hit how it is now.
Yeah, valid. Strike Hawks. I think I'll put him like right here.
Yeah.
So far right now,
it's very hard to rate him.
yeah, he literally just dropped a week ago. But for right now, from what I've seen, he's actually really great. He's pretty good. He's not like overwhelmingly broken. He has a lot of potential. Maybe in like a month or two, we'll probably put him like towards like right here. But for right now, I think he's firmly like right here.
Yeah.
He's really good. He actually takes skill to play. He's not brain dead like Rapid Hawks was on release, which is really nice. I can see the improvements that they are making in terms of making a Hawks quick set, and I like the way that he's implemented nowadays.
Well, there are a few things I want changed about Strike Hawks. First off, I don't like how his alpha staggers on HP. I don't like how it does that, because it means his alpha is just like, oh, we took Momo alpha, we quadrupled his range, and we added a bit extra damage on it, but it only works on health. It's kind of dumb. Well, Strike Kendo has more range, but not even near to Hawks' alpha range. Hawks' alpha is like twice as much as Strike Kendo's alpha tap, and it still does more damage than Strike Kendo's alpha tap, because it's like base like 78 or something.
Yeah.
It's a lot, and it true combos into itself, so it is literally just Momo alpha with more damage and range,
Can we
but
stop
only on
these
health.
hit stun projectiles and these hard knock projectiles, bro? Can we get back to basics?
Yeah, honestly, I can see it. I want that. I want the stunning on his alpha on health. I want that to be changed. I don't like that it stuns at all. I like how it knocks back on when they're in the air. I actually like that a lot. I think that makes a lot of sense for the character.
Mm-hmm.
But stunning on the ground, I don't like that. I wish it just didn't stun against grounded targets and only like knocked back if they're in the air.
Yeah.
That's what I would want. Honestly, if you're trying to go for a combo tool on a grounded target, you should be using Hold Alpha, in my opinion, or like Charge Alpha. I do like Charge Alpha a lot. I have no complaints there. Beta Combo Break needs to go. Outside of that, meh. I mean, honestly, I think the only change I want for Beta is I want it to more consistently send towards Hawks after the slash. It more consistently goes into Gamma more. But if you're going to do that, maybe a little touch up on its damage, make it max at like 120. So when it goes into Gamma, it's not so oppressive, because it would go into Gamma much more consistently. Gamma, Gamma has a few minute issues that I think could use addressed. Like, I want a Gamma into Beta to be a bit more reliable. Fun fact, it actually, doing Gamma tap Beta on a GP only works on higher frame rates, which is really weird, really funny, but really weird.
Mm.
But yeah, I want a Gamma to get a bit more reliable on that end. Also, there's a weird attribute with Gamma where when it hits level 7, it gets Perception, but that's not why you level it up to level 7, because the Perception lasts like 5 seconds. It's ass.
Yeah,
The main reason you get to level 7 is because you get plus 30 damage on that level because you get an extra hitbox.
Yeah.
But the
With
down power
perception
does not
and extra
increase.
hitbox, yeah. I didn't actually realize that.
That's-
I knew it was an extra hitbox, but I didn't think that meant it did extra damage too. I thought it was just like perception attached
Yeah,
to that hitbox.
they didn't scale back level 7's damage particularly to make sure. No, you just get flat plus 30, that's the reason why you get Gamma 7, is it makes your Gamma hit so much harder. It turns your Gamma from like 120 to like 160 in one level, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
I think if we're counting moves like that, I think that's the single biggest scaling in one level out of any move in the game, but it's also just weirdly implemented, so
Mm-hmm.
And outside of that, maybe toning back his mobility a little bit, because like boost Gamma is really stupid. Wall jump Gamma is also pretty stupid, not gonna lie. He has really like great mobility, and I know his mobility should be good, but like it's better than Rapid Hawks, man.
It is better than Rapid Hawks. But I like it though. I like it because Rapid Hawks' mobility always felt clunky to me, personally, even back when he first dropped. But I like how you can do like special alpha or special gamma on this kit. I don't like how far it sends you. I think that's stupid.
Well, I like
how smooth
I like
feels.
it.
Like it feels very intentional, and it feels like they put time and effort into making it feel fluid. I like this version of Hawks. I really do. They really improved.
I
it a
do,
lot.
yeah. I like the implementation of a lot of it. It's just a little too strong because he's a cross-map character.
Yeah, for a strike, it's a bit too much. But I think that those parts of his kit were very much intentional, and they saw that, and they said, okay, 300 is too much. 275 is fine. So I don't think they're really going to nerf those parts. I think those parts are very much intentional, which is why they gave him 275.
I'm not a fan of him being 275. I'm still firmly of the opinion that they should do HP values in the 25 either much more often or not at all. I'm not a fan of it being just those two.
I don't really got much. You got anything else to say about Strike Hawks? Only got like 6 characters left, so.
Strike Hawks is great. I love him. Nobody else rolled for him because everybody's saving for One for All Deku and young AFO. Which, by the way, I don't blame you guys, but I'm a Hawks fan. I love him. Great.
Mike. I would say Mike's probably like here. Honestly, I think that as long as his beta goes through armor, has as much range as it has, true combos into Gamma perfectly, has much damage as it has, because it does great damage for a type of move that it is. It does like 100. And I think he will firmly stay S+. I hate how... Why does this move go through armor, bro? I hate his beta so much.
I think Mike, in general... I don't think he's as ridiculous as he used to be, especially since his HP went down. He gets a lot more punished now for bad positioning.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some very blatant issues that I have with this character that I want to bring up. First off, I think his Boombox Alpha should also scale down with farther ranges. It's kind of ridiculous to me that it doesn't, which means Boombox Alpha still does like 100 at max range, which makes him very, very tough to approach from far away. I'm not a fan of that. I think that could probably drop down a bit. But I will say a friend actually said that you can't really take away Mike's damage or you kind of kill the character. And looking at it, yeah, I kind of agree. Touching his damage, it would definitely hurt him a lot. And it would probably make him ass, because that's kind of all he has is damage. But that makes me want to suggest a different set of changes for the character. First off, obviously, I would do the Boombox Alpha change I suggested. Make Boombox Alpha also have damage fall off. So at max range, he's doing like 80 to 90. so that way he's not melting you from across the map anymore. I think that's a bit dumb that he was able to do that to begin with. But that's a simple one. Now, beta, I would make it not beat out armor moves. So I think that's kind of a dumb property for it to have. Himro brought it up. I don't like it. I don't think anybody likes it. It makes him far too oppressive against melee characters. That should not be his strong suit.
Like,
it
yellow
should just
Kiri
be decent at
into him
melee.
is absolutely terrible, bro. Just another yellow Kiri L. Just like, you can't fight this character in close range even if you have an armored option, which is insane to say. He just hits out of everything. I don't know why his deafening has so much priority. Also, I don't like how long that shit lasts for. It lasts for like 8 seconds. It's so stupid.
Alright, and another suggestion I have, this is the big nerf that I want to give him. I want to give his special action a maximum ammo count of 2 with a 10-second cooldown for one charge and a penalty cooldown of like 17 to 18 seconds.
Yeah.
I want his boombox. I want the main thing with the character to be to set yourself up in a good spot with a boombox and get big damage. But if you're not able to position those boomboxes right, it's not forgiving. I'd say he's allowed to have a second one in case like his first one just gets like instantly destroyed by some stupid shit. But the fact that he has 3 right now and the cooldown is like, it's not nothing, but it feels like nothing when you're fighting him.
Let me see. What is it exactly? I think it's probably like, it might be at 10 seconds. I'm not sure.
You got to keep in mind that whatever cooldown you see, there's also a 4-second penalty start span to his cooldown, which is fairly significant as well.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So it is around 10 seconds. Okay.
So it's effectively 9 seconds for one charge right now. I would basically make that 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then only have 2 ammo max, so he can't like spam out boomboxes if they get destroyed. That would limit his damage in a way that is not necessarily just straight cutting his damage, but it would mean that he has to be a lot more careful with his boomboxes. He can't just throw one down, fire 3 alphas, and then say, all right, this boombox got enough value. He needs to make those boomboxes count, because they are limited. That is a limited resource.
Yeah. Valid.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think that's about the only way you could really make him balanced without giga nerfing his damage.
I think for the most part, he has a very good concept, but his implementation is very poor in terms of his overall priority and spam ability. Besides that, decent character, design-wise.
You could also touch alpha cooldown too, so yeah, I guess I should have brought that up.
Yeah. Nejire. I think she's better than we think. I think that she's like bottom of A tier.
Yeah, 100 damage alpha.
Yeah, her alpha does a lot of damage, bro. I love how it's not a move you would expect to do good damage. Like, it's like
it does a lot.
It does a lot, but honestly, I think it's fine. If they took that away from her, she is pretty dog shit. If they took that away from her,
okay.
I think
So I have a few suggestions I want to make for Nejire. First off, I want her alpha down power to be reduced ever so slightly, just enough for 3 full alphas to work instead of only getting 2 alphas and then 2 hits of the third one. That's kind of weird. I don't like that.
Young Feels also very has that problem with his alpha.
Yeah, I think it's more warranted for young AFO though.
Yeah,
this is like a 2-hit, and they're like each like separate hits. But like Nejire is that you click the button once and you're gonna hit all 3 most of the time.
Yeah.
So you're basically just losing out on damage and you don't know where it went. I don't really like that necessarily. Additionally, I would also make it where she gets more beta ammo with higher levels. Level 1 is how it is currently. Level 4 would give her like an extra 20%. And then level 9 would give her like 150% of what she has now. So she has more beta to work with. And I would have changed the cooldowns a little bit as well, make the cooldowns a little bit better at later levels in order to compensate for the extra ammo that she now has to reload. But you know, that's what I'm gonna do. I would leave her gamma alone.
Really? You wouldn't touch the cooldown on the gamma?
I think her gamma is a very strong area controlling move.
Yeah,
I think it actually.
I think this cooldown is insane though, like 10 to 8 seconds.
I think it kind of should be. It's a fairly powerful move with a fairly large AoE. It's also one of the best wake-up tools in the game. Could you imagine how bad it would be if she was able to consistently loop that on wake-up? I'm glad she can.
I would like it to combo into one of her other moves more. Maybe
It goes into alpha if you're good.
If you're good.
Yeah, that actually is dead ass a thing that you can do a lot of the time, but nobody ever does it because it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like her Gamma. That's one part of her kit I wouldn't change. Also, special action. Oh, I don't like how it reloads all the way up to full from nothing, or like at any point. I think it's. I had this issue with Red Kiri's beta. I'm gonna bring that up again. I'm not personally a fan of how that functions. I wish it reloaded more like Endeavor Special does, and just percent by percent.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of fine with it for Nejire because she's not as prominent as before, and plus her entire gimmick is being in the sky. So
yeah, but this is just really abusable. I kind of like how some of it, like how it is to an extent, but like I don't like how you can just tap special action, put your special at 97%, and then wait until like a second before it comes back, and then you start flying and do like all your fighting, and then you hit like 2%, land for like half a second, and there you go, it's back at full. That if it's a lot stronger than like it sounds on paper to do that.
Oh yeah, because it pauses the
nobody does
reload.
it.
So if you get like 5 seconds in and then you use it and then you wait for an extra 2 seconds and you have it back to full. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't like how that design is. I think it should be changed to be closer to like closer to just how Endeavor Special works.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna let you do this one. Have fun with this.
This character is absolutely stupid. His let me get next to the mic for this one. Okay. His special action. Why is it map wide? Why does he have 2 of them? Why is it only 60 seconds? That's stupid.
I like how his penalty is longer than Ibara's at least, because his penalty is 2 minutes while Ibara's is only 90 seconds. But their single ammo cooldown is the same 60 seconds. I like that. Like how he has more of a penalty.
I don't like that he has 2 of them. I think he should only have 1. He's like, I don't like him, bro. I don't like his presence in the match. I don't like how many times he just gives his team a get out of jail free card. He encourages you to make mistakes. I don't like that. Why did he get buffed recently with his tap beta? That's stupid.
Why does he keep getting buffed, actually?
Yeah.
Let's bring that up.
I want his alpha initial hit damage to go down quite significantly, not to the level of it before, but I don't want Beamer Kurogiri to be encouraged. 120 damage alphas on his type of character is dumb. It's stupid.
For reference, his alpha does more damage than Prime Full Bullet.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. Also, I want his beta knockdown value to go up from what is it, 100? I think it's 100.
It's 150.
It was 150. I want it to go up to 200 or 250. Actually, no, make it 250. I think it should be 250.
I think optimal Kurogiri should be beta alpha. That's
I was about to say that. Yeah, I think that should be the optimal combo. I don't like that. It's so dumb how he can just TP you across the map, do beta, 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 gamma, beta for an instant 450 to 500 damage combo. It's so stupid. His character, he's so dumb. Just use crit perm. Yeah, okay. Everyone's already using that, but Kurogiri is dumb. Also, I would very much argue that he is not a good character to be 350 health. If you catch him, he should die.
Yeah, he should be 300.
Kurogiri is broken. Honestly, actually, hold on. Let me just put Rapid Ochaco above him because this is ordered. But yeah, but in my opinion, he is Z tier. He's nowhere below that, and he is absolutely insane. A good Kurogiri is broken, and yeah, he needs to be heavily adjusted.
The only reason he wasn't prominent in the tournament was because Tech Mirio counters him.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the only
That's
issue.
literally it.
Yeah.
And trust me, in Scrim, like
in Scrims, he's cancer.
Scrims, he was everywhere before Tech Mirio dropped in practice Scrims. So he would have been in the tournament everywhere if it wasn't for Tech Mirio countering him like really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for Kurogiri. Shinso!
Alright, Shinso, put him up there.
Oh boy,
Yep.
here we go, bro. He's right here, bro. Actually,
I think he's better.
yeah, I think he's better, yeah. Yeah, he's better. Shinso's broken. It's good. It's Shinso. It's so crazy. Shinso is so
The
broken,
momentum
bro.
change, bro.
Why?
Are you serious?
Why can he do this, bro? Like, how is he 2 tiers above Aizawa? Like, what? Oh my god. This character is so dumb. His alpha damage needs to go down by a lot. Like, alpha, like a full alpha, grab into the slam, grab alpha to the slam, should not do more than like 150. Or like maybe
That's
like
a
maybe
big
180.
hit. I like
it. You like it? Maybe like 180, but right now it does like 240, 230. It's dumb. It's
I
too
think
much.
we've seen enough grab meta for a while. I
Yeah.
think they need to go full strike endeavor, make him ass for a bit. Make
Yeah.
Tamaki ass for a bit. Let's get out of this grab crap and let's move on to something else.
Yeah.
I think if we're making him balance, it should do about 180 for both of the grabs. If we're making him ass, like how he should be, then his beta should max at 120 and his alpha should do like 70 at level 9.
I would also reduce beta's damage by quite a bit. 160 is too much. I think it should max out at 140. I think it should scale up from like 110 to 140, or from 100 to 140, from levels 1 to 9. And finally, I would also reduce his how long his special action duration is for. What is it from like? I just did it for a mod for it. It's from 6 seconds. So I'll take it from like 6 seconds to like maybe like 4 seconds.
Actually, there's a very funny and completely really stupid part about his special action that many of you might have actually seen and just not understood. If Shinso hits you with special, during that animation where you are staggered, you can be hit by attacks and not end the brainwashing. And this does include more staggers, by the way. So something like Black Whip would extend that duration even longer. So you're able to you're able to combo him with a Black Whip combo mid-brainwash and end it with a snipe shot, and he is still brainwashed if you limit yourself to only one alpha for each gamma.
Jesus.
That is the thing. It's not very prominent, but it is a thing, and it needs to go.
Yeah. I think with all those changes, Shinso would be like mid S, low S. It would take him down. It would knock him down by quite a lot. So, but he is incredibly unbalanced and unfair as of right now.
He's also not fun to fight at all.
Yeah.
The top 3 characters right now are all very unfun characters to fight. You have literally Invincible, you have TOD combo you, and you don't get to play the game in the top 3.
Yeah.
Boring.
Oh wait, we forgot about Monoma. Let's put Monoma like right here. Right here. Actually,
Am I crazy for saying he's below Shinso?
a little bit. A little bit. Actually, yeah, you're a little crazy. Monoma is still Monoma.
Yeah, I mean he's ridiculous, but the lower HP and in modern day you don't really see cooldown resets doing well anymore either.
Well, yeah, because
At most you see
twice,
Monoma
right?
doing 2 betas, and then you cool down. Yeah, because it costs 50% to switch, and the penalty cooldown, while it's still not long enough, it's only 10 seconds right now. That is enough to catch him lacking and fuck him up, which is what he needed. That's what you needed. At this point, what I want to see from him now is I want to see Gamma's adjusted. I think Gamma should have a much longer cooldown. I think Gamma should also not give iframes, but instead give invincibility to the attack that hit you.
Yeah.
So let's say you get hit by Prominence Nova, right? If you absorb the Prominence Nova, you're immune for the entire AoE to Prominence Nova. But if the frame after you get hit by Prominence Nova, you get hit by full bullet alpha, that full bullet alpha will hit you full damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
So you're immune to the move copied. That's what I want to see. Also, can we please remove the ability to heal while invincible? That goes for Crit Perm and Monoma's Gamma, by the way. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't hit him out of heals. Yeah, I mean, Monoma, he has some issues. There's still some stuff that needs worked out, but I do think he is not that far off from being like fair for ranked play, and by that I mean like mid to low S plus.
Yeah.
Like he's still in comp settings. There's still going to be shit like double AFO pull that's inevitably going to be really strong, but in this current state of the game, the HP that he has and the pretty much lack of cooldown resets that you see him do anymore, I think he's not far off. We just need to make the Gamma feel less stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
And his mobility, they drastically reduced how far his beta goes now, which cuts his mobility back. I've been saying that his mobility was extremely stupid on just beta alone, even without cooldown resets, so I'm glad they addressed that. Was it just because of the momentum change? Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been really crazy
out
with OG Monoma beta. Yeah.
It worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't got nothing else to say about Monoma. Gearshift melee. Get rid of that.
Yeah. I almost forgot about that one. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, get rid of it.
I forgot. Yeah. AFO can do it too.
He shouldn't be able to take one for all Deku quirk.
He shouldn't be able to take any of Deku's quirks.
In my opinion, right? I think it's fine if we let him take like base Deku or like full bullet. But I feel like just for lore reasons and like fun reasons that he should have had a unique voice line with this new Deku and young AFO when he drops. That's like, shoot, it's a dud whenever he tries to steal her ability, and it just doesn't steal.
Yeah, like that.
That would have been so fun.
Yeah,
and that makes Gearshift Monoma too, because he just can't use Gearshift.
He shouldn't be able to use Gearshift.
And it's not like he's missing out on much, because without Gearshift melee crap, he's not even wanting Gearshift anyway, because it's not a big speed boost. Like, it's decent mobility, but it's not his better options. And like his stealing beta, like, why would you want that? That move kind of sucks without quintuple. Alpha, I can see it, but like just take like Strike Kendo or like someone else. Like it's not. He wouldn't really have a reason to take any of Gearshift Deku's quirks, especially because he can't really get overdrive. But it's just Gamma melee. That's the only reason he ever steals it.
Hawk should be an A tier.
He's bad, Zai.
No, he's bad.
At least he has movement to get away. He can mark people for his team, and he can actually like do some damage with
Zai. He's dog shit. He sucks.
Grow up.
Okay. Right. Tamaki.
You put Nejire in A tier when Hawks is in...
She's better than her. She's better than him.
You wanna know why Zai 100 damage alpha?
Yeah. I'm putting Tamaki right here.
I agree.
Tamaki's stupid.
Broken character. Can we give him cooldowns, please?
Yeah. Basically infinite grabs. His beta has a ridiculous hitbox. It lunges you forward way too fucking far. His special action has more... Well, I'm just gonna steal your lingo, no life. More of a suggestion than a cooldown. What is it, 4 seconds? 3?
It's 5.
Oh, it's 5? Still stupid. 350 for some reason.
Beta is 7 to 5 seconds per charge as well, which means it's faster than the average mobility move that is like 8 to 6.
Yeah.
Which there's no reason for that to be the case, by the way.
I know Tipper isn't really an issue, but like 130? Yeah. Really?
Tipper is definitely an issue right now. There's some bugs with it. We're just random tippers. And people tipper tech. There's no tipper tech. It's just bullshit.
Like you can get tipper point blank range. Like what? Like, are we serious?
Is it that hard to code tipper? Like really?
It can't be that difficult, bro. It really should not be that difficult.
I think the devs are just stupid. The intern they had make Tamaki, just really could not.
Tamaki was their first go around.
They failed. Jesus. I think Tamaki could be a very good idea. I think I actually like how a lot of his kit flows into each other. I really do. But at the same time, he's just blatantly overtuned. It's like they didn't have faith that the kit was going to work. So they said, let's give him extra HP. Let's make his grab have more range and not cost extra ammo. Let's give his beta the stupidest tracking in the game. Let's cut all of his cooldowns by a third. Like, it's like they actively tried to make the character as strong as they could because they didn't believe in his base kit alone. And his base kit is still good. Don't get me wrong. Like, even if we cut down his damage, we made some like changes like that, he'd still be solid. Don't get me wrong.
Grabs. I'm so tired of grabs.
Yeah, that too. I'm very tired of grab. We got grab characters in season 9 and 11 as well.
Yeah, I'm tired of them, bro. I'm so sick of the grab characters. Can we just stop with grabs like for a minute? Like, can we go like a good like 4 or 5 seasons with no grabs?
Yeah, can we like cut Shinsooooooooooooo out, cut Tamaki out, and honestly leave Aizawa kind of how he is. He's not too terrible.
Yeah.
And then just not make a grab character for a little bit. And then maybe one day you can buff Shinsooooooooooo or Aizawa back up to S tier or something like that, or S plus, I mean. But yeah, whatever. And just go a little bit without grabs, please.
Yeah.
The grabs are anti-fun. They're boring. They're not fun. Just get them out of here.
Yeah. Alright, well, I guess that's the end of the tier list. I think I'm.
You're not going to do Young info?
Nah. I'm not going to do him now. We're gonna wait till
right.
he drops. He drops next week,
Before
right?
the end of your video, this needs to be the start of the timestamp, right? Okay. For all of you who came here just to see the end of the tier list, please watch the whole thing and give Emerald ad revenue.